Hello and welcome to the Clash of Clans World Championships Qualifier 6. It's day 2 and our clans are definitely starting to feel the pressure this weekend because 2 have been sent packing and 6 still remain in the fight for that golden ticket to the World Finals. My name is Banks and I'm your desk host, and joining me on the desk we have Bash and Carbon Finn.
Yes, Banks, day number 2 is here. We've seen some teams get eliminated, and now we're going to see who's getting ever closer to getting that last golden ticket here in the qualifiers.
We're down to 6 teams, and it's going to be exciting. We have some crazy good matchups lined up for today, Banks.
We do indeed. It was an extremely eventful day of Clash of Clans yesterday, and today we expect all of our clans to be dialed to 11. That being said, Carbon, take us through who's in Group A.
Yeah, Group A, we're going to be kicking off with MCES, who got 14 stars in their very first war, taking on M.K.M.A, who were in last qualifier, and then the loser will be taking on Nova Esports in the elimination match.
And Bash, who do we have in Group B?
In Group B, we have INTZ, who also had a 14-star war yesterday, 3% from a perfect, going up against the Death Dealers, who came out really strong and surprised a lot of people. And the loser of that matchup will go on to face Queen Walkers in an elimination match.
Well, many of these clans have competed in previous qualifiers this year, giving them potentially an additional edge in preparation for today's wars. But before we dive into all the action, we're going to find out a little bit more about your favorite players, because I had a chat with the clans earlier in the week. Do you have any special rituals that you perform before you play in a tournament?
我们会提前2天去集合，然后一起去研究阵型，一起去研究对手。
自分が全開しているところをイメージして本番に挑んでいます。
I use Don't Disturb mode on my phone and I like quiet.
Bon, eu costumo tomar café.
Non, simplement bien manger, bien dormir.
I'm doing something with my hands, like to distress.
No, I think it's just like taking a deep breath and that's it.
لا ما عندي أي طقوس، سوى تمرين فقط والتحضير للبطولة.
What is the funniest thing to happen to you while playing Clash of Clans?
我觉得部落冲突最有趣的是，法术摆一个爱心给喜欢的人。
8月の予選で11オリジナル相手にユタさんが1スターをやったことです。
When I was playing CWL, I used my hit, but I used my real hit, but I was thinking it was friendly challenge, then I cancelled it.
99% one star.
Well, always trying to destroy an Inferno, and the Inferno has 1 HP, and like I hate that, but I laugh.
Well, there was a time that I played like hiding the iPhone on a backpack.
تعرف على كثير من الأصدقاء داخل اللعبة.
Today's matchups could not be more vital, with some of the biggest names in the Clash of Clans esports community taking part. So Bash, talk me through the first 2 teams who are going to go head-to-head, because MCES came out of the gate in style.
MCES was last year's runner-up, losing to Nova in the grand finals, and they came out strong in day 1. This is their one and only chance to qualify, and they put on a show. They put up 14 stars, but we've seen M.K.M.A give some teams such as MCES, some really powerful teams, a run for their money. So this looks to be a great matchup to get us going here in day 1.
Yes, we have. Well, Carbon, M.K.M.A are off to a strong start, obviously, by winning their first war. But do you feel like this is when they'll be truly tested going up against a clan like MCES?
Absolutely. M.K.M.A is coming in, and they're going to try to take down the clan that finished in 2nd place last year's qualifier, like Bash said. But the biggest thing is M.K.M.A, they've been coming in with some unique attack strategies, especially using some of the bat and skeleton spells with their dragon attacks. We'll see if they continue that with the Flybird, but we're going to be kicking off with the very first attack, coming in with XC from M.K.M.A, and we're going to see he came in from yesterday. He went in with Super Witches, and now he's completely changing it up, Bash. He's going with the E-Dragons here today.
E-Drags and Loons looking to chain down the lightning from the heavens. 7 Electro Dragons, 11 Balloons. It's really important with the Electro Dragon attack to create a good funnel. You want these Electro Dragons going straight through the base, and that's what we're seeing on the top side. The King and Queen setting the path, and here we go with the Electro Dragons, the Stone Slammer. We're already all in, Carbon Fem. Let's see how this one unfolds.
We're seeing the classic double rage Warden Eternal Tome through the initial portion of getting these E-Drags over the Town Hall. Does not have the Eternal Tome since it's used pretty early in E-Dragon raids, but it's going straight through. Rage onto the Eagle. It's going through here with the Royal Champion hanging onto it. The biggest thing, you want to try to save that RC for as late as possible to help grab air defenses. Anything in the corners that would threaten these E-Dragons. It looks like maybe the top side is where these E-Drags are not going. Does have 2 freezes to use. He's getting these E-Drags to go through here. This is pretty quick attack. He's got plenty of time. It's just going to come down to if he's going to path through this air defense and single on the top side.
Oh, Carbon, it is looking really strong with 1 more freeze spell and 5 Electro Dragons still remaining. And here we go with the Royal Champion. XC saw something he liked on this base and wanted to take advantage with the E-Dragons. The Royal Champion is going to fight off those skeletons, and with her Seeking Shield, this base is surely going to fall for the first 3-star of the war.
Yeah, still has that free spell right there. Gonna take this final building down with over a minute left. And this is an overwhelming 3-star. XC bounces back from his first attack, which was the 2-star yesterday. Comes in with a 3-star here to kick off day number 2 for M.K.M.A. over MCES. Wow, what an attack coming in there, Bash.
Those Electro Dragons fly through bases so quickly, and we saw that there. And that's what we were talking about right before we got started. M.K.M.A. is so versatile. They see something they like in a base, and they take advantage. And XC did just that, starting off with the 3-star. That's a massive start for this team. Great use of those rages and the Warden to get through that initial phase of the base.
Absolutely, and that's the biggest thing is when you're using the E-Dragons, the pros are using the double rages and Warden Eternal Tome. That's the classic way to use those E-Dragons to try to push your way straight into the Town Hall really early to help get all that value. But now MCES is looking to answer. Remio is coming in with the Zap. Lalo starts it off to try to help take down this clan castle. Remio actually 3-starred yesterday with Zap Lalo as well, so he's going with something that he knows very well.
The Zap Lalo taking out the clan castle and using those earthquakes to damage the surrounding buildings. We got a little bit of damage on that Inferno Tower and on that Scatter Shot, which should help the Royal Champion here actually get them down. Look at that. Oh, nice use of the Seeking Shield, Carbon Fen.
Wow, that was incredible. It was able to use the lightning to help take down the clan castle, and then also Earthquake to reach over to get the single. And look at that. We see YWW coming in with a tornado trap over in the top section, thinking maybe they're going to send a blimp to try to capture it. But now there is no tornado trap for this Lalo, which is going to help incredibly. And look, the heroes are going straight into the enemy queen. If this queen can get that scatter shot, this is incredible value here.
Carbon, look at this. We have a wall record coming in from near that 12 o'clock position. The queen will surely get the scatter shot down, and Remio is off to a hot start. There's nothing that's going to slow this wall record down. It's just going to have to beat through all these walls to get to that Town Hall, and we're going to have that Lalo coming in. Off to a great start for Remio.
Yeah, this is looking fantastic. The wall record's going all the way to the Town Hall. You're going to see Sneaking Gobs come out. The Town Hall's going to go down and quickly here. Does have the Grand Warden ability that he can pop through here. Does have one Valkyrie. Maybe he was thinking for some ground scans, but the Town Hall is gone. Warden ability is already used, pushing his way through. Look at all those sneaky goblins on the top side of his base. But this biggest threat is now the Eagle Artillery. Needs to get through with one freeze left. That drops it onto the Wizard Tower. Bash, he's pushing through the Eagle. Can he keep it up?
The Eagle's getting ready to fall, Carbon. There's balloons all throughout the base. The Royal Champion's down, and Remio is going to respond with a 3-star of his own. MCES living up to the hype and bringing in a triple to tie this war up. Back and forth, tit for tat. These clans are not going to back down. And day 2 of this final World Championship qualifier. What a start for both of these squads. Just what they were looking for to get going here, and another 3-star Banks.
That was just an unbelievable start from both clans. 2 triples off the rip and absolute dominating performances. Still with loads of time left over with both of those attacks, I think we are set to have a really, really interesting back and forth war here, Carbon.
Absolutely. Remio coming off his streak from yesterday of the 3-star with the Zap Lalo, doing it again. MCES got 14 stars yesterday, and they are looking to continue and put up 14, maybe even the almost perfect. We're going to have to see these wars. I'm going to think they're going to have to be 13 at least to have a chance at winning, because the 11, the 12, getting in this stage of the competition is not going to hold up anymore. But we're seeing 2-0 coming in with the Super Witch, and he did use Super Witches yesterday as well for the 3-star.
And he just missed Carbon with that 96% 2-star in that initial war. But he's going to go ahead and start in with this Warden Walk. We do have those lightning spells paired with the Earthquake to take down the single target Inferno. It'll also get down all of those surrounding defenses, leaving up that Wizard Tower and Bomb Tower. And we'll just have a straight path right to the Town Hall. A great start here for 2. Oh my goodness, the Yeti just got spring trapped out of there, Carbon.
Yeah, look at that. Tesla does pop, but doesn't look like he's going to get... I wonder what he was trying to get. The air defense maybe to help set up a bit of a funnel, but the Tesla farm could be a threat here. Could pull some of these Super Witches off to the side. And let's see, this Grand Warden's taken an incredible amount of time here through the top side of this base. Did already use the lightning there on the left. And we're gonna have to see these Super Witches coming straight into the single, jumping his way into the Town Hall. But if he's gonna try to plan this Warden Walk for the Eagle, that's just gonna take way too long.
Yeah, he's got to get moving here. That's a good point. Carbon Fen did have that time fail yesterday. He's gonna have to use that King to help out with the funnel as that Yeti went down quickly. We're over a minute into this attack, and we are just now getting the Witches going, spawning those big boys. We do get that jump spell right into the Town Hall compartment, which is actually going to give access to a lot of the base. And here we go with that Siege Barracks, but time is ticking away, Tuho. Get those Super Witches pounding through the base.
Oh, he's pushing his way through. The clan castle's been pulled. Should be able to get through really easily with the poison spell. Headhunters are gone. Baby Dragon going down. Super Witches pushing their way through with the Siege Barracks on the outside. Typically, we're going to be seeing the Hog Riders and Royal Champion help assist, but still hanging on to this Grand Warden Eternal Tome.
Rage spell coming in to support the big boys as they activate the Town Hall, but the distraction right there, they do finally get the Town Hall down. Warden ability still in hand. He's saving that as long as he can as he comes into the backside. We do have Scattershot, multi-target Inferno, those Hog Riders coming out of that clan castle, and that Warden's ability finally hit to protect these troops through the Scattershot, Carbon.
Wow, incredible Warden Eternal Tome to use it later in the raid to get through the backside. And look at this, the Royal Champion coming through. Hogs taking out that multi-target Inferno. Does have a handful of balloons they could use probably on the mortars, maybe on the edges with the RC ability. This is looking like an answer from M.K.M.A as well.
He's got enough in the tank, but time is going to be a factor here with 30 seconds left. We still have about 20% of the base, but with the Queen's ability and the World Champion's ability, that should help out quite a bit. That Scattershot still dealing damage. World Champion has to pop her ability, gets down some of these defenses. That Tornado Trap spinning 14 seconds, Carbon. Gotta be close. I think he's got it.
Oh, the Royal Champs go straight to the Wizard Tower. Can she take it down 5? Yes, it is down. One shot. 2-0 coming in with the answer. M.K.M. needed to keep this high-scoring war. 3 stars to kick off day number 2.
Back and forth. I love to see it. Tuho getting over the hump, getting that 3-star with those Super Witches. Man, those attacks make me so nervous, especially when we have a minute-long Warden Walk, but it's going to be coming down to MCES. Sente. Wait a sec, Carbon Fen. Sente is known for his hog attacks.
Yes.
We're seeing Dragbat. What?
Yeah, he went in with the Zap Hogs yesterday, and he did it like almost like an E-Dragon attack. He had so much time left in his very first one, but this time he's going to the air, coming in with the Drag Bat, 6 bat spells. And look at this. This is the big issue with the open walls. You can then funnel your king into the compartment. It looks like he wants to help grab these defenses, scatter maybe, but these heroes are going to slow him down so much. But his queen is saying, no, I do not want to go into that section. She may walk over to the Eagle Artillery, which is some incredible value as well.
If she can slide into that Eagle compartment, that will be amazing. We do have that Warden ability coming in to protect the dragons through the scatter shot, through the Queen, and everything is looking strong as he's going to get to the scatter shots early. And here comes that blimp. Well, you likely see the Warden ability help protect the blimp to get it all the way to the Town Hall, but things are fading quickly on the top side of this base, Carbon.
Oh, look at that. With the blimp over the Town Hall does go down. And now he does still have some dragons, but the issue is that Eagle Artillery is still standing on the top side of the space. The bats are down. The Ice Golem froze the single, but he does have to use a freeze on the Wizard Tower. The bats are splitting off. He needs this Wizard Tower to go down with one freeze left. He has to use it here, but these bats are splitting in all these different directions. The tassels are picking them off. The Eagle is still standing. I just don't think he has the momentum for these bats here.
I agree, Carbon Fin. There's so much up. Those Teslas in the core along with that Expo are going to pick these bats off, and this is going to be a misstep for Sente. Maybe getting a little bit out of his comfort zone, trying the drags on this base instead of the hogs that he's so used to. But, man, this one did not quite get there, so M.K.M.A. is going to have a huge lead. Can the bats get through here, Carbon?
Oof, with the Tesla and the Expo just picking off those bats. Remember, the Expo shoots those bats so quick. The Expo's Wizard Towers, obviously any of the multis is something you really have to focus using those free spells on. Even like air defenses, you don't have to freeze an air defense for bats at all because it takes so long for the air defenses to even fire off on a single bat. Might as well just leave it on frozen, have the bats push your way through, and use those free spells on the very important defenses. But unfortunately, Cynthia here is going to fall short. And we saw the 14 stars earlier from MCES yesterday, and that's what they're looking to put up again, at least here, because this is not going to get there. It was a 97% average as well that they put up. So with M.K.M.A, they got 12 stars yesterday. We're going to see if they can push up to be the standards for MCES.
Yes, indeed, a 93% 2-star. An unfortunate attack there for Sinthe. Like, not normally one of those players that you can definitely count on to come in and bring a triple, and it just lost all the momentum, like Bash said there. But that right there could be the difference maker of a war like this, because we have two clans coming out of the gate looking so strong, and any 2-star could drag it all the way down, Bash.
It's crazy that we see a 93% 2-star and we're like, oh no, that could cost them this war. KLY from M.K.M.A gonna come in with a Lalo attack. This is looking like a more traditional Sui Lalo, gonna send those heroes right into the base and try to grab some massive value to open this one up, Carbon.
Yep, KLY did come in with the Sui Lalo yesterday as well with some Skelly spells, and he did fall short. He didn't get the 3-star, but he's looking to do it here on Remio's base. And what is the value? He's going to send the Royal Champion. She's taking out the Eagle Artillery, a multi-target inferno potentially through the skeletons that are going to pop up. And this Queen, can she get to the scatter? But the single target inferno, unfortunately, if locked down, you got to pop the ability. Oh my! So close, but the scatter shot does go down here.
That was so close, Carbon. I saw it as you were pointing it out. If that scatter shot would have hit the Queen as that ability popped, she would have definitely went down. But KLY has got massive value from these heroes, getting down a lot of those key structures along the outside of the base. And now we're going to have the 3 Lava Hounds flying in, but he has to deal with the Clan Council troops. One poison's down. He still has a poison in his army composition. We finally see that Grand Warden coming in. Oh man, he's got to push through strong as the Town Hall activates at that 51% mark.
Yeah, the Town Hall did activate. I love the use of delaying that Warden with a double poison to help take down those Headhunters. But the Rage is down. He's going to lose all those balloons there over the Town Hall. He realizes this, but the balloons somehow just got near the Grand Warden circle that they didn't all die there. And look at the Warden of Turtle Toe pushing his way through. E-Dragon takes down the Royal Champion. What an incredible hit here from KLY.
KLY coming in with a beautiful Lalo. This is what he was looking for yesterday, and this went to perfection. Those heroes grabbed so much on this base, and now it's all down to the cleanup as we have no more defensive buildings to target these balloons. And it's a huge balloon parade up there on that left-hand side of the base. Oh man, M.K.M.A coming out with the fire today, Carbon.
Yeah, incredible hit here, taking down so much value on Remio's base. The Eagle, the multi-target Inferno Queen was able to then charge her way into the scatter shot, and she just got so much, taking the Skelly spell, for the enemy queen there. And look at that, coming in with the 3-star. M.K.M.A. kicking off with back-to-back triples, which now MCES is now having to play catch-up.
They have to triple here. M.K.M.A. has not missed so far in their first 3 attacks, so MCES has to get a 3-star here. You don't want to fall even further behind. Their one miss was a really high percentage 2-star, but you got to get a triple to keep this one neck and neck. And we're going to have Irium coming in with a traditional hybrid. We're going to start oh, Carbon! We catch a Seeking Airbud, but he sent in almost like a Coco Hound here to protect that blip, and he's going to get the Town Hall down with the Clan Castle pool.
Wow, he says, you know what, I'm going to send in that Hound to try to help test and make sure the blimp makes it to Town Hall. And hey, it did. The Town Hall is gone, and now he can start this Queen, but now the question is, that 30 camp space there from the Hound, is it worth the investment? Because, hey, it's a hybrid attack. You don't need the Hound for any other reason there, but it does go in, and it serves the purpose there for Irium.
It did exactly what it was supposed to. It soaked up the Seeking Air Mine. It helped out with that Tornado Trap. But the one healer there did take a little bit of damage, so he may be down a healer if he catches a red air bomb. But this Queen is looking to charge into this base and get massive amounts of value and set up the funnel here perfectly for the hybrid, but she is losing some health. She may need a rage really soon. I think we're going to see the King and well, I guess we can't see the Siege Barracks because the Blood already came in. We'll see that King come in over on that right-hand side and help set the pathing for the hybrid. There it goes, Carbon Fin. The hybrid is coming.
Yep, hybrid's moving in from the right side. Queen can make her way towards the middle, and she can help get incredible value. And this hybrid, the beautiful thing, is going to help force the Queen to the left, to the middle, into the middle, where the enemy Queen is standing. But the Eagle Artillery is going to be doing some massive amount of work. Hopefully the Grand Warden can get there. The King still has his ability here. Drops the rage for the Queen. Kenji keep the charge through. Doesn't have any more wall breakers, but the Warden has helped take down the Eagle and pop the ability.
Ooh, that heal a little bit off there, but the troops are going to go in there. Freeze spell on the scatter. That Queen, he had to use a freeze to make sure the enemy Queen didn't pop his Queen's ability. This one's still looking strong. Finally throws that Royal Champion Seeking Shield. The single target Inferno comes down. This one's going to be a close finish. If that Queen can get through this wall, it is going to help a lot as these miners are starting to go on the outside of the base. We got to get the scatter shot down here, Carbon Fin.
Yeah, the scatter shot. Luckily, there is the dead zone right there, which means now the miners were protected. They're going to take that scatter down, but the Grand Warden does go down here. He does have just about 35 seconds left in the raid. The Queen does not have any healers. She needs to take down this Expo. The miners are pushing their way through. The bomb tower is barely just standing, but it's taking down these miners. The cannon and the Queen's ability is off. But unfortunately, what is she going for? She's going for the wrong wall there. Oh, no.
She went for the wall to give herself easier access to that bomb tower, but now she's going to have to beat through another wall. She does not have much health. We do not have much time here as these miners are trying to get through, but Irium is not going to get the job done with 4 seconds. Oh, another misstep for MCES coming in with a 95% 2-star.
These attacks just don't seem to be going in MCES's favor. And again, like we've already mentioned, look, a 95% 2-star putting up on the board is still an incredible attack. But when you're going up against a clan like M.K.M.A. in the form that they're in on day 2, you're going to need to put triples on the board if you're going to keep up with them. And M.K.M.A. seem to be running away with it already, Bash.
M.K.M.A. can really put this one away with another 3-star here. They are coming out. They like what they see from the MCES bases. They are lighting them up. And, oh, man, MCES so close on a couple of these attacks, Carbon. They just couldn't get over the hump to finish those ones off.
Yeah, unfortunately, Aaron's going to fall short. He came in with the Zaplalo yesterday, got the 3-star, but he switched it up and he used the Hound. Now that's 30 spaces right there. Granted, he did find the tornado trap when he sent it in and some traps, and the blimp made it to the town hall. If he did use the Hound, I don't think the blimp would have made it, got there. It could have been a completely different attack versus from the time fail, but still, it just shows you those small things make all the difference, Bash.
Yeah, I agree with that. If he doesn't have that Hound there, That blimp falls short. He doesn't get the Town Hall, and then he has to go in full out scramble mode. A YWW coming in for M.K.M.A. with the Flybird attack, and we see them with the skeleton spells and bats. This is kind of like their little signature thing here. We're going to go ahead and weaken up that single target Inferno there on the left-hand side and start creating some pathing for these dragons and super minions to fly right on through the space.
Yeah, it's not just only M.K.M.A. signature. This is YWW signature attack here. He used it yesterday. He got the 3-star, and he's going to see if the dragons and super minions can do it again. He's going to send these dragons straight into the Town Hall, but the king and queen, they can make their way to the right side. The king can move into the scatter shot and get incredible value, but we're focusing here, finds the tornado trap right by the Town Hall here, looking to take it down, does have the Warden Eternal Tome to use over the Town Hall. He does pop it here, gets through this, and the CC from the ground skeletons are actually moving, but the Warden, where are you going off to the right side here?
The Warden started following that super minion that was chasing the skeletons, and the Warden's gonna get burnt to a crisp by that single target Inferno. The dragons are fading fast. The king is down. The queen still has her ability. He still has that Royal Champion, but Carbon, there is nearly no dragons left. This may be the misstep that MCES needed. If they can respond with a 3-star, they could put themselves right back in this war. Oh my goodness, YWW. This one did not go the way he was hoping.
No, not at all there. Unfortunately, he wanted those dragons to get a lot better of a push. That single target Inferno kind of on the right side really stalled things up, but he had probably a lot of traps by the Town Hall, and Arium knew that M.K.M.A. loves to come in with Flybird attacks, so if you trap up that area, then the dragons take so much more damage as you're trying to charge into the core there.
Yeah, and it worked to perfection as he's only going to get to that 70% mark, 72%, trying to pick off a few more buildings here with that Archer Tower. Those poor bats getting picked off one by one by that single target Inferno. And Carbon Finn, this poor Archer, she's tried her hardest, but she's gonna get obliterated by the Eagle shot. Oh, that poor girl just trying to run up the percentage points.
Unfortunately, the 72% there for M.K.M.A. I mean, they have the advantage with the stars, but the question now is percentage. The percentage is going towards MCES's favor. So if they 3-star and then M.K.M.A. 2-star, it's swinging back over. It's just who is going to be able to edge it out at the very end. But we're seeing Kingsman coming in here. He's looking to come in with the hybrid, and Kingsman did do the hybrid attack yesterday, but he did fall short. He only got an 85% 2-star, so he's looking to turn that around and get the 3-star here. But look at this. We're seeing another hound being used to protect the blimp.
They are committing hard to getting those Town Hall down early, using that 30 space that you've spoke about a couple times now, but it works to perfection. We get the Town Hall down, and oh my goodness, we got some super minions that are going to be a pain for this queen as the poison was on the headhunters. This clan castle may be a little bit of an issue here. Oh, the super minions coming in. Kingsman was the only one from MCES to miss yesterday, but if he can respond here with the 3-star, he's going to put his squad right back in the ball game and give them a chance to actually win this war after that slight misstep from M.K.M.A.
Yeah, we're looking to see this queen getting incredible value. And look, that is where the tornado trap is, over on the right side of XC's base here. He's probably looking to prevent a little blimp from that area, not necessarily where the air defense over on the left side by the Town Hall was, but he can continue this charge for the queen. She can make her way all the way to the right, making and taking out the single enemy queen, the king, and sets up incredible value with the hybrid coming in on the left. And he does still have the king, finally deploys the king here, but get ready for potentially an early warden ability through maybe the enemy Royal Champion, or is he just going to have to use the heal? Yep, decides to go with that heal spell to try to push his way through.
Great call there, Carbon Finn. Healing up all those hogs and miners. We're going to have that scatter shot bringing in shots here soon, but we have all of the hero abilities remaining, but that queen is going to have to get free support. Oh my goodness! Gets a freeze out just in the nick of time. The Warden's ability protects all the hogs and miners through that scatter shot. Need to get the scatter down. Oh, it gets a shot off on the hogs and miners, but this is looking pretty good. If he can get through towards that eagle, he's going to give himself an opportunity, but that queen, oh no, the queen's going to get burned to a crisp from the single target Inferno.
Oh, that single did so much work to the queen there, but it still has the Royal Champion ability, and a handful of miners pops the ability now, which does actually hit the single. If this Royal Champion can stay alive, he's got the miners to push his way through. This is looking like an answer from Kingsman.
I like the way this one's shaping up, Carbon Fin. That Royal Champion Seeking Shield was perfect. It got damage on all those buildings, and the miners were able to stay out in front. He's going to be able to finish this one off. Plenty of time, plenty of cleanup. The response from MCES. This one is still anyone's war. M.K.M.A. are going to look to finish strong, but MCES gives themselves a shot with that triple from Kingsman with the hybrid.
Yes, Kingsman from MCES manages to secure his triple. He has redeemed himself from yesterday, being the only clan member that did not put up a triple on the board for MCES. Definitely what they needed at this point in time. They're still trailing by 1 star going into their last attack. So they're going to have to rely on what's going to happen with M.K.M.A. because M.K.M.A. really have a chance to put the pedal to the metal here, Carbon.
Absolutely. So it comes down now to what M.K.M.A. can do here in their final attack. If they 3-star, they lock it up, they win. But if they 2, since they are down by quite a bit of percentage, then MCES has a chance to win off a 3-star. Well, we're seeing Manta coming in with the Super Witches. He came in with the hybrid and he got a 3-star in yesterday's qualifying match for Manta for M.K.M.A. But this time he's saying, hey, Super Witches, he believes that's the thing to do. Remember, when you're looking to do a laning with Super Witches, you tend to want to put the laning near where this Grand Warden is going to walk. Let's see if he's going to do that here. It's towards the left side. Looks to probably help take that single down so he can force these Super Witches straight into this town hall to help with that funnel.
Great use of the lightning spells to create that funnel, and everything should have a great path to the town hall. We're 30 seconds into this raid, but this funnel is shaping up so fast that he should be able to get these witches working right on through the base. Remember, M.K.M.A. triple and you move on to the playoffs. And if they don't triple, they don't necessarily lose, but they leave that door wide open. Here we go with the Clan Castle. We got a super minion along with the Lava Hound, gonna slow things up. That Queen will be distracted for a little bit. And the Town Hall, everything's getting right to the Town Hall. We gotta jump to get to the middle of the base, Carbon.
Yeah, we're seeing a defending Hound here, which is not too big of a deal since there's not too much hitting these Super Witches. He's pushing his way through. The healers have actually transferred off to them, and now they're moving their way into the middle of the base. Does have the Grand Warden Eternal Tome. Is he? Yes, he's actually going to hang on to it. Says, no, I want to use it deeper into the middle where the scatter shot is, and these multi-target Infernos are hitting the Super Witches, pushing his way through. If he can get this momentum to push their way through, this is looking like an incredible hit so far.
This is definitely off to a great start. Finally uses that Warden's ability through all of that splash damage, the Infernos and the scatter shot right there. We got plenty of witches up, but those big boys are falling. We do lose a witch to that eagle shot, but man, he's got a lot of troops up. But look at the top side of this base, Carbon. It is stacked. We got all 3 heroes. We got the Eagle Artillery and we got a scatter shot. But with the Queen's ability and the Royal Champion still in play, this is going to be a close finish for Manta.
This is looking fantastic here. Because he saved that Warden Eternal Tome, he protected 2 of his healers through Seeking Air Mines. And that's the thing, if you don't have to use that Warden Eternal Tome, don't use it. Try to use it later in a raid, which came in clutch. And look at this, sends in the Royal Champion, has 45 seconds left, still has the Queen and RC ability, and this enemy king is gonna get distracted onto these Yetis, and this is looking like the answer for M.K.M.A. over MCES. What a war for them, coming in and putting up 14 stars.
They came out strong and got the job done. Those Super Witches crushed right on through. I was worried about that top compartment, but with the extra Royal Champion, she was basically just additional support as that Queen and all those witches got right on through there. 15 seconds to get the storage down, and M.K.M.A. are gonna clutch their victory and move on to the playoffs. MCES gonna look to build that momentum, and they'll be playing a little bit later on today, so you want to go ahead, finish strong. Don't give up hope yet. You got this. And let's see what they come in with on their final attack.
Yeah, the thing is, M.K.M.A. put up 12 stars in their first war yesterday, and then now they put up 14 against MCES. But we're looking to see Tryhard coming in just to put up another 3-star on the board, and he's coming in with a Queen Charge Lalo. Tryhard went in with the hybrid yesterday. He got the triple, and he's switching it up to the air attack.
This is one of my favorite attacks to watch. This attack has been around for so long, and it's so good. when it's executed properly. I struggle to get these crazy queen charges like these pros, but watching them do it is so fun and so entertaining. This queen's gonna go ahead and get raged up to take down the Royal Champion. She'll go ahead and sneak in there, take down that single target Inferno. The king will help funnel and push her even further in. Oh man, we're off to the start that Tryhard was hoping for. Remember, he came in clutch in last year's World Championships, looking to keep his team alive a little bit later today. Look at that super wall breaker giving access to the whole middle of the base, Carbon.
Yeah, this queen's gonna charge her way through, get incredible access here towards that scatter shot that took out that clan castle with the double poison because of the super minion. Now the king pops his ability through this eagle here, getting all this down. Now the queen, she's continuing. Wait a second. Is he going to use this next super wall break to get into this multi-target Inferno once this... Oh, yeah. Okay, so it went to the left there.
Oh man, I thought it was going in there, but you're right. It goes to the left-hand side. The queen did catch the tornado trap, but here we go with the Lalo right at the town hall. I'm having flashbacks as his balloon parade is going to go ahead and go right over the town hall. Remember, man, we got to get that town hall down for the 2-star and get this one clutched up. That queen, this queen is still going, Carmen. How is she still alive in the middle of this base?
She's still rocking in the middle. The Stone Slammer up top, Warden with the ability, pops this queen ability. She's looking to take down this multi-target Inferno because it's a big threat to these balloons. But that multi's going down. The queen is tanking the scatter shot, and this is an answer for Tryhard of MCES. But unfortunately, it's not going to be enough because the two failed attacks from MCES. They both came in with hybrids, and they used Coco Hounds kind of to try to help protect the blimp. So I'm wondering, is that the reason why those raids failed, and which is now pushing MCES to the elimination match leader?
Oh my goodness, 97.6% average destruction in a 13-star Lost Banks. Incredible.
What an impressive war. Tryhard from MCES answering with his own triple, but it's just not enough. M.K.M.A are going to be advancing into tomorrow's playoffs, and MCES, we're going to see another repeat of MCES versus Nova Esports later today, so you are not going to want to miss that. But an amazing display of Clash of Clans from M.K.M.A just there. 14 stars up against a clan like MCES. You just don't get to see that, and those average percentage destruction is just unbelievable. A slight hiccup from YWW, but they still managed to close out the war with a victory. And I mean, Carbon, just take a look at these stats on the board.
Absolutely incredible. M.K.M.A puts out 14 stars against MCES, but the story is time, and time fails for MCES is what cost them the war here today, and just was not able to get it done. But still, we're going to now see M.K.M.A advancing to the playoffs, where MCES is taking on Nova Esports, which is the rematch from yesterday.
Yes, time is a cruel mistress, but what a way to kick off qualifier number 6 on day 2. So we're going to hand you over now to our expert who's waiting in the wings. It's Judo at the Telestrator.
Thank you so much, Banks. There was so many incredible attacks. I could have picked a number of them. However, I wanted to break down this one by Remio because he pretty much split the base in half, and there was a lot of key takeaways. So let's go over them for you. He first uses the lightning on the clan castle. Now, I want to stress it is a combination of the lightning and hero dive that gets you the value. 7 lightning spells and an earthquake, 8 spells in total can take down the clan castle, but so can 5 lightning and 3 earthquake. Remember that because it is key for his hero dive. As the royal champion comes in, we all know that 1 lightning and an earthquake alongside the seeking shield can take down an inferno tower. However, in this case, 3 earthquake spells in the seeking shield can do exactly the same. So if you can extend the distance with earthquake, consider that. Now remember, it is a combination of the lightning and hero dive. So he's taken out this top area with the royal champion. He's now sending the king and queen into the bottom area, and just look at the value. Air defense, inferno tower, archer queen, scatter shot. Now you are seeing that it is the combination of lightning and hero dive that gets you the value and the pathing. Pretty much the entire left hand side of the base taken out. Now, the next key message I want you to take is the wall wrecker for the town hall. Why exactly does he do this? Well, this area by the town hall has not been checked by air troops. If you were to use a stone slammer or a battle blimp, a seeking air mine could take that out. But there are no ground traps that could take out the wall wrecker, so it is a safer method. Now you see the pathing for the lava loon being incredible. He can swing the Lalo around, make sure you use your spells over any areas of splash, scattershot, eagle, and as well reinforcing with balloons to any defenses on the outside to keep the main group moving to the major defenses. So again, the key takeaways I want you to get from this attack, it is the combination of lightning and hero dive that gets you your value and pathing, not one or the other. If you can extend the lightning spell area with earthquakes to an inferno tower, 3 earthquake spells alongside the Royal Champion's ability will take that down. Third key takeaway, if the town hall area has not been checked and you can send a wall wrecker with not much ground damage, it is a safer method to set up the rest of your attack. Incredible stuff. Unfortunately, MCES moved down to the losers bracket, but let's check out the teams coming up next. It is INTZ and Death Dealers.
Describe Clash of Clans in 3 words or less.
非常的有趣。
戦略と、知識とアイデアです。
Clever, fun, skill.
Competição, trabalho em equipe e diversão.
Équipe, compétition et passion.
Awesome, great, and friendship.
Awesome, entertaining, strategy.
ذكاء، حماس، استراتيجية.
Where do you normally play Clash of Clans?
在家会更多一点。
普段はベッドの上でプレイしています。
In home, mostly.
No meu quarto.
Dans ma chambre.
I try to play it in my house.
In my room.
في المنزل أو في البيت.
Which one of your teammates is the funniest?
快乐鱼吧。
スタドラです。
Indie.
Eu acho que o Bernal.
Kingsman.
I think that Gerex.
Probably Belzebub.
I think Shadow.
Thank you so much, Judo, for breaking down that attack. And before we roll out with the next war, we're having a little bit of a switch in the studio. I'm now joined by the pun master and the Queen Jinx herself. It's Woody and Lady B. Lady B, I'm going to start things off with you. So we have a team like INTZ coming in and massively improving from their last qualifier already with only 1 war on their belt. And we've also got a team like Death Dealers who have already taken out, or, well, beaten one of the best clans coming in, like the highest seeding clans coming into this qualifier. How do you call this?
It's tough because if last match showed us anything, it's anyone's war. M.K.M.A proved that they could take down MCES, who was the favorite. Death Dealer showed us that yesterday. But we're talking about they need to bring the fire because they were so close to getting it done. So we're going to see if that's what they can do today. What do you think, Woody?
Let's kick things off, Woody. Go on, let's kick things off. We got all right.
Okay, y'all, it's time to scream. We're clashing now on Halloween. That golden ticket looks delightful, but more teams face an end. That's frightful. We are still in double elimination for the top side bracket. The Death Dealers facing off against INTZ for a spot in the playoffs if they win it here and now. INTZ, the much better known squad, having competed for many years and perfect wars time and again. Death Dealers, though, having picked up a massive victory yesterday, are looking to get another upset and carry their team on. All right, from the Death Dealers will be the first to attack with a La Loon strat, diving deep in with these heroes. Might even get a scatter shot to start things off, Lady B.
He just will, he might get this with the Queen. He's got the ability, he will get it done, but the question is he gonna get the 3-star? Yesterday coming so close to it with that 92%, and that's where they need to make these corrections today. They had 2 high-hitting 3-stars that could have put them up on star count against what we saw, a 14-star win for INTZ. So if they continue to bring that push like we saw from M.K.M.A, it could get it done. But here comes Alala with the Stone Slammer taking the lead to work its way into the Town Hall, and the Warden ability to keep that safe passage through the Giga Bomb.
Death Dealers faced off against the previously Worlds qualified team, the Queen Walkers, yesterday and barely eked out a victory by a 1% damage margin. They picked up 12 stars total. All Right was not one of the guys to get one of the triples, but he is looking fantastic to me right now. So many balloons still up, and single target Infernos are not going to be able to deal enough damage to knock them all down. The key threat on the backside still, though, is going to be that Royal Champion. Don't see a whole lot in his army to take her out except for the Pups and the Dragon. Pulling out a Lava Hound from the CC was definitely a misplay here, as All Right now has a big roadblock to the final 3rd star.
It's the Headhunters that helped take her out. Did you see the split of the Loons going through, taking on the scatter shot? That was huge there. And yes, while that Hound was a distraction, he had the Headhunters that took down the Royal Champion, take it out, Dragon supporting, and the Pups and the Minions coming through. But this shaped up into a beautiful 3-star and a little bit of victory for All Right coming into the 2nd day here, starting his team off strong, but also reclaiming where he was at 8% shy from the 3-star yesterday.
Well, fantastic finish for All Right. I thought it might have gotten close there at the end, but it turned out he actually had plenty of time to get the drop in. Death Dealers coming in strong against an INTZ squad, but do not count these Brazilians out. They have picked up perfect wars before. Just like we've said, they performed so well yesterday with 14 stars total against Nova Maldao. And the worst hit was from Renan, a 97% 2-star. So tight. And he's going to be starting off first for this INTZ squad, bringing in Mass Dragons and Bats as well. Single target Infernos perform very poorly against the Bats, so expect to see Renan knocking down that multi, or maybe even using a free spell to take care of it while he works the Dragons in a pancake sweep across this base.
Yeah, he's going to want to keep those Dragons in a nice straight line, but the one thing he wants to make sure that he focuses on is taking as much splash damage down at the start. He does have 4 freezes, which will help out the Bats, but he needs to play this right. We also noticed that he's bringing in the Ice Golem, and the Royal Champion can help support that, but he is starting her off a bit early here to take on the air defense and start shaping up the pathing on one side here so he can use the heroes on the opposite side to get that continuous push in for the Dragons. And now lined up the direct path to the Town Hall. I'm curious to see if he's going to use a Stone Slam or if he's going to switch it up for a Blink. But as he comes in with a nice clean line and right there at the start with the Town Hall, my assumption is he was going to keep the Stone Slammer intact.
Skeletons are pulling the Dragons toward the outside of the base, and that could be problems. It looks like they're pathing back in now, and Renan is on task to victory. Grabs the 1st star with a Stone Slammer right over the Town Hall. A pop from the Grand Warden, but I'm not sure he got all the Dragons. A little bit of damage now from those Giga Bombs as the Super Minions storming out of the CC are going to get even more damage stacked on top. It looks like Renan's readying up his Bats, though, because the Dragons are going down fast, and they need support.
Oh, they do need support, and I don't know if you noticed, but there was a Yeti at the top side of the base where we had an outlying Wizard Tower. That's the splash damage I'm talking about that you have to worry about. Eliminating that keeps the Bats trained in to line with these defenses, gets them in that safe zone. No more freezes needed until he gets to this back end. Oh, no! And down they go.
That Eagle Artillery was so heavy. Dragon firing away at it, but the Wizard Tower took it out first, and that might be just the crucial exchange that denies Renan a 3-star. Now, fortunately for him, he does knock down the clan castle in the center using that Dragon. He won't have to go through another layer of walls there, but there's no support for this Archer Queen. He's going to have to actually freeze that Eagle Artillery. Such a heavy blow to Renan's offense. Pops the last ability, and with only 1 free spell left, Lady B, I think he's gonna come up short.
Yeah, coming up short again, unfortunately. This has not been the match for Renan this time around. And we're seeing this 89%, which I am a bit worried about after what we saw from yesterday's match against Death Dealers, Banks.
Yes, exactly. It's so difficult to see that one strong defensive structure staying up, and that just destroyed those bat spells, and it's just not something that you feel so bad with him with such careful planning. Like you mentioned, Lady B, that Yeti at the top side managing to take out the Wizard Tower to create an opening for the bats to just clean up, and that one defensive structure. Woody, they're going to have a little bit of work to catch up if Death Dealers keep putting the momentum on them.
Death Dealers have been drinking their milk because they've got calcium and vitamin D to fortify their bases. Super strong and holding on to defense. They are now in the lead on the first round of attacks. Looking to push that even further will be Indy 317. Indy 317 picked up a 2-star 98% on his war yesterday. I'm noticing an early stab here with some spells on the interior, but did he get enough value out of that, Lady B? I noticed you were reacting.
Absolutely. He got enough value on this, and it's the Warden Walk that now is shaped up perfectly. I am a bit worried. He's got the single targeting Inferno to worry about, but I noticed that he's brought along a freeze, and if he times the Witches right coming through, the Witches and the Skellies will take the lead to take that on, so the Warden doesn't have to worry about it so much. And again, we get to see the use of a Yeti to help shape up a path, help shape up the funnel here. He just needs to ensure that these Witches move in. But again, like you pointed out, Woody, he was so close to picking up that 3-star yesterday, and we might just see this connection coming in for Death Dealers.
Big, heavy funnel set up in the bottom right and the top now. Gonna support these Witches as they all start to crash in on this base. A far and away Eagle Artillery is going to be raining down hellfire on them the entire time, though, unless Indy's got some secret strat to pierce deep in through. That splash damage is going to be devastating, especially if these healers can't stay on top of the Witches. Early Eternal Tome, and I gotta wonder if that was the right move or not. Indy's got to get this Town Hall down fast, or he's about to soak a Giga Bomb right in his face.
Yeah, that early Eternal Tome definitely needed with all that damage.
Oh no!
But he gets a little bit of flip action here. He's still...
The Warden's down, B!
No! Not the Warden! But what does he have remaining? We've got a swirl of action coming in, and it's not just the Warden, it's the Witches that went down. All that damage, it was needed for that Warden ability, but this was a huge bait of a base. Powering through Marinol, not wanting to let them have this one go. I can't believe this turnaround here.
This is the strongest defense we have ever seen in this month's competition. Indy 317 is struggling to get the 2-star, and it's not even guaranteed at this point. 2 more balloons and a Wizard just needs to knock down 1 more building and barely finds a builder hut on the edge to get that 50%. This is absolutely catastrophic for the Death Dealers, who have got basically no chance now to win on percentage. They have got to hold on to their hopes, protecting that 3-star lead as best they can, because the defenses from Marinol have done the unthinkable, keeping that percentage down in the 50s, Lady B.
Oh, I'm just in shock. I blinked my eyes, the Warden and the Witches went down, everything went kaput, and with all that, we could be talking about Death Dealers' hopes of a safe move on into tomorrow's match. That's a tough recovery now. I mean, we talk about the percentage needed in order to work through and try and keep on par, and it's usually around that 85% mark. So hitting around 50% is almost certainly a no return zone, and INTZ can now capitalize off of this, Woody.
I was watching that replay and noticed that the Grand Warden was being hit by a single target Inferno, which forced out his ability early. It was almost a save there as the healers started to get him back juiced up again, but splash damage from the Eagle Artillery was, I think, what finally finished him off. And without a Warden, you are going to be out of luck. That's why the Eternal Tome popped early. It wasn't a choice on his part. It was because he was dying.
Oh, and you know, like you hate when that happens. I told you I was worried about that single targeting Inferno, and it came into play. But let's see if Bernal can capitalize off of this for his team coming through with the Zap Quake Lalo. We are seeing a lot more of these Zap Quake Lalos back around in this month. Well, this week's qualifiers for October, and it's nice and refreshing because I love the Lalo meta. I can't do it myself. I am a self-proclaimed potato Laloer, so it's refreshing to see the pros do it here. And Bernal kicks us off with a beautiful hero dive. The king serving as the tank for the royal champion and the queen to help shape up pathing, but taking on some of these key defenses. We've got the clan castle down from the Zapquake, but the heroes take on that scatter shot. Now we just have to worry about the impact from the eagle and last remaining scatter here.
Well, you are a YouTuber, so there's no surprise that you would be a self-proclaimed potato Laloer. But Bernal will be the next man to hit in this war. That triple Lalo is going to get some early stab action here from the queen. Doesn't quite reach the town hall. Oh, no, never mind. She activates it. That's going to be a lot of damage coming in on Bernal's forces and actually requires an early breeze here next to that wall wrecker, trying to get the rest of his army onto that town hall. Sneaky goblins coming out of the wall wrecker are going to have no problem at all taking it down, but they are out of here, and Bernal is now going to have to move on to the main phase of his raid. A bit late for my taste, but La Lune attacks can go quite fast, especially with the haste. Here he goes.
Yeah, I think a minute 30 mark is perfectly fine for what he's got down. As long as you've cleared out just about 50-55% of the base, you can certainly start at a minute 30 and get the job done. And that's what we see him doing here, coming in with the eagle on the back, and never a position you want to be in unless you're packing the freeze and the haste combination to hold it off and sweep those loons through. But they are right there, so haste not needed. And Bernal coming in, pounding down that 3-star here for INTZ and trying to stake this big claim early on, Banks.
You can't do that, Death Dealers. You can't do that. You can't put up a 55% 2-star against a team like INTZ, because Bernal will take that chance with both hands and dump a triple on you, because that is just what's happened. INTZ have now leveled up the stars. It's even there, and Death Dealers are going to have to make this a stars race if they've got any chance of winning this, because INTZ are commanding the percentage right now, Woody.
That's right, Banks. Bernal has burned it all to the ground. INTZ take a big leap forward as Caribou of the Death Dealers, wandering through the forests, sights his next quarry, drops the spells in and finishes off a scatter shot early. Barbarian King with a question mark above his head, wondering what just happened and if there's anything he can do to defend. A Warden Walk on the outside now will start the main phase of the attack, as healers are going to keep him high and mighty above the action. Coconut Lude streaming in all around, but I'm not sure they've caught a single Seeking Air Mine yet. Not necessarily the best start from Caribou, but here we go with the funnel on the left side corner now. Barbarian King to support a siege barracks, going to funnel in the troops. Here come the witches, Lady B.
Oh, the witches are going to make their way through. Open wall access is exactly what they need. The king with a perfect start here to keep that momentum moving along with the assist of the P.E.K.K.A. And we do have the wizards actually coming out to support the witches. Jump's going to lead these right through into the core of the base. This is pathing very nicely for Caribou, and I think that he has a lot that he feels he needs to make up for yesterday, having pulled in a 68%, and now that he knows his team was really reliant upon some sort of turnaround, the pressure's on.
A bit of a tricky play here. That CC Lava Hound's going to pop right in the middle of the base. Exactly what Caribou does not want to have to deal with at this point. He needs to maximize his offense right now with Inferno Towers burning up on him. Eagle Artillery firing down. He's got no time to waste. Jump spell is down, and the witches are doing their best to clear these hurdles. Firing away on all cylinders. The raid spell has finally withered away. Bony Brothers, the skeletons hopping over and finding so much fiery fury on the other side of these walls. I don't know if they can handle it. Caribou is getting burnt to a crisp now, Lady B.
Oh, that queen ability used just a tad bit too early. You want to use it later. Not that he had a choice necessarily, but you want to try and save it for this back end. Healers getting roasted by the multi-targeting Inferno. Queen just taking down the Eagle, but so much remains, and there is so little left behind. The Yetis aren't going to have much more of a leg, and there we go. They die out. Yetimites trying to pick up a little bit more percentage, but it's not going to be enough, and definitely not the way we are seeing INTZ coming through with their performance.
This is one of the biggest turnarounds that we have seen in a war this month. Caribou picking up 2-star in the 70% now. The Death Dealers started off so strong, a 3-star, and knocking INTZ down a peg with a defense's win as well. But all of a sudden, they are just collapsing under the might of these Brazilians. The squad has got such strong and reliable offense, and as we are seeing time and again, their defensive base building skills are so effective at denying the triple. Caribou from Death Dealers does not find what he was looking for.
No, and again, this is a tough situation to be in. You know you're going up against a team that has pulled in perfect wars in past qualifiers. We've seen INTZ coming through yesterday, 14 stars. Their history is averaging about 13 to 14, so you know you need to bring your A game and step it up. And unfortunately, that is not the connection we are seeing from Death Dealers at the moment, but anything can happen, and we're gonna have to see if there's any defensive possibility for Death Dealers here as Loop comes in, bringing in the Witches again.
Loop, as a perfect attacker for INTZ, picked up 3 stars last month and another triple just yesterday. He is in the Halloween spirit as he has brought even more spectacular dozen witches to this next fight. Warden Walk is some long-range action to get the funneling started over here on the right corner, but it doesn't even look like he's going to be going for the Town Hall early on. Oh, wait, hold on. He's going to go support the Archer Queen now. Really good switch off here for Loop Zera as it looks like the main stage of the attack is moving in from that 5 o'clock position. Ice Golem out in front to soak a few shots for these witches as they start to summon their skeletons, getting that big bony rib cage out in front to take the blows as they are sure to suffer a lot of hurt as they move in toward the middle of the base.
And that was a smart move, starting off with the Warden, because he's an easy pull back around if you do a Warden walk rather than a Queen walk. So the Queen bringing him through into the position he wants to get in. And now we get to see the Warden successfully popping off that ability, keeping everything safe, and he wanted this to go off exactly the way it has. We've got the continuation of pathing. This is key for these witch attacks. You need momentum moving into the base, but you need something to support along the outside edges. And this is why witches work so well, because when you have the openings of the walls, you've got the skellies to do the tanking, and the witches can just reach over those walls because they are ranged units here. But the connection needs to come here in the back as he heads his way to the Eagle.
Double bubble, toil and trouble! Loop Zera's witches have concocted a magical brew of destruction. Hog Rider supporting a Royal Champion attack on the left side are gonna be the additional oomph that he needs, but oh no! A giant bomb explodes, catching so many hogs. That is gonna require the shield coming out from that Royal Champion. The last minute of combat now, and so many witches have fallen, but a few still remain for the last line of defense. That multi-target Inferno is burning them all up so quickly, but the skeletons will not be denied. They have cracked through the final interior layer here. A single ability left for this Archer Queen should be enough to finish it off. I think Loop Zera is on his way to his 5th 3-star.
He is. This was fabulous. I've not seen INTZ coming through with witches since yesterday. Yesterday was the first time Marinol bringing it in, Loop Zera bringing it in. Banks, this is insane.
Loop Zera turns up to Death Dealer's front door. Knock, knock. Happy Halloween. Triple right on the board. That's 2 triples for INTZ so far. And Death Dealers really need to switch things around because it is looking like curtains for them so far, Woody.
Yeah, I've heard of trick or treat, but this is triple or treat. INTZ pulling ahead, not just a massive lead on percentage, but also a 1-star pickup now, pulling back from the deficit that Death Dealers had earlier in the game. But Heisen knows that any given Saturday can see a change of fates again. Twisting the knife into INTZ will be this hybrid army, not prepping the witches this time. It's going to be that low and long slog through a base with lots of single target Infernos. Lady B, when you're thinking about a ground-based attack, because we already know you're a potato law lunar, when you're thinking about a ground-based attack, what would make you prefer a hybrid army over mass witches?
Hybrid army over mass witches, obviously the pathing of the base. We don't see open chambers or as many on this, and it depends on the value you can pick up with it. The Queen working her way into the Town Hall chamber is going to be a great elimination, and it means we can narrow out the path a lot. Hybrids need narrowed out paths, so if you can provide that, you know that you have a good support here for it. And those key things that you want to take down are things like the Town Hall, the Eagle, and the Clan Castle. You want those eliminated, and that's exactly what he's going for. At least two of those options here, the Town Hall and the Clan Castle with the Queen, and the pathing's narrowed out. So Heisen, he is the 3-star hitter, one of them from yesterday's Death Dealers match, and he's looking to bring this through, wanting to at least really show up. And, you know, we know that it's a tough go for them on their percentage, but you still got to bring everything you have and prep for the next go around. And with this beautiful Queen charge, I think he's got a nice solid start.
Yeah, crucially ensuring that he doesn't activate the Town Hall until he's ready to pop it down fast. The third raid spell for this Queen charge makes it into the center of the base, grabbing the first star. Jill about to be engaging an enemy Queen now, needs to pop that ability. He takes a lot of damage, but will barely survive. Unfortunately, a giant bomb is going to take out a lot of her supporting archers. The healers are going to be switching off partially onto the Hog Riders now, trapped over in a tornado. A sinking air mine catches one. Heisen is not getting the good luck he was hoping for early on as traps are springing out of nowhere and tearing his troops apart, Lady B.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing is we don't have enough of a funnel on the outer edge, which means we could potentially see some of those miners splitting up, and with Queen dying out, this does hurt a bit. Now, he is fortunate that he's got the miners staying inside this base. The Wizards actually doing that supportive action from the outside. Hog splitting up to try and help in the core, and he does have a leg to stand on here because he's got the Royal Champion ability, but the only big problem coming up is a spread out scatter and single targeting Inferno Tower that will pose a huge threat, but he's got to time this right with that Royal Champion ability if he wants to stand a chance, though I'm a bit worried on time as well.
You're right, this is getting really close, coming down to the wire. Fortunately for Heisen, a miner and a Hog Rider that had wandered off managed to trigger another couple of traps, giant bomb and spring traps going off, but it's a question of whether or not these miners and hogs can stay on task. 88% of the base, but only 15 seconds left to finish it off. P.E.K.K.A is unfortunately trapped on an interior wall, and Heisen's not getting the damage that he needs to finish it off. A ferocious assault here, but he's left short with a time fail as the last second ticks away. A 2-star 98% is heart-wrenching for Heisen and the Death Dealers.
Oh, that is painful to watch because it had the makings of turning into a 3-star. He played his cards right. He did everything he possibly could, just not making it to that final part there. But if they try and maybe shake off these nerves, I don't know if it's the nerves of coming up against INTZ. You're talking about big players, big numbers that they pull in. If they can shake that off later today, perhaps they could try and see till tomorrow.
All right, no bones about it. It's no longer a witch-based hit. Celino from INTZ is taken to the skies once again. Got the super wall breaker ready to crack in here with his Archer Queen, but no healers or ice golems for this Sui charge. The heroes are going to be getting some spell support instead, knocking down the Eagle Artillery and the Archer Queen early on. Really key identification there from Celino, but at what cost? He's only got a couple of haste spells and freeze spells now to support the Laloon push later on, and he's got to maximize value here early in this step.
Yeah, it's nice value that's picked up, though. It's deciding what you're getting for your spell value versus what you're taking out. And this creates the pathing because you've got a nice loop around with that cored out section of the base. Heroes coming in to support. Look at that Royal Champion go, taking on one of those scatter shots. So the only damage we are now really talking about for the impact of these loons is that scatter shot here. And that we've got a Warden ability, we've got a Stone Slammer, we've got freezes, and we do have the Town Hall. So we are going to have to worry about this. Though either the Stone Slammer or the scatter shot, or the Stone Slammer or the blimp could potentially take on the Town Hall here. But it's not a lot of huge spread of damage that I think he's got to worry about.
This is a perfect shape for Celino's attack. He's ensured that with this C-shaped base still remaining, that big punch in the center is going to carve out a major path for these balloons. But we're starting off a bit slow here now. Stone Slammer goes deep in to get the CC pull. He's got a lot to focus on here without any additional troops to dive into the center. He's got to hope that the dragon from that Stone Slammer is going to be enough to finish off these super minions. He's got some poison to help out, but they are taking a lot of damage and not getting it in there quick enough, Lady B.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried about these super minions. Tried poisoning them up, not enough for the dragon. We will see them get knocked down. Now, I know he did not want to hold off, use that freeze because he wanted to use it for the back end. It does slow things up, but you know what? Seleno's got it under control. Calm, cool, collected. That freeze for the back end scatter shot, exactly what's needed in combination with the haste here.
RC goes down thanks to a perfect snipe from those headhunters, and Seleno's got lots of time remaining. Big scare over on the bottom right side now as air skeletons are going to come out. They are targeting onto those poor minions, taking them down. Balloons can't get the target there, and it's just the headhunter trying to snipe as many as she can before the wizard tower takes her out. Soaking shots from the wizard tower. That was perfect, though, as the balloon stayed safe throughout all of that, and Seleno is on his path to victory. The 3-star secures it all. INTZ with another triple. It's 2 stars ahead of the Death Dealers, who are left without a hope and prayer. Banished to the Netherrealm, they will be down in Gehenna waiting for their chance in the lower bracket, unless there's a massive upset in this next round, Banks.
Yes, this is the INTZ that we know and remember from yesterday. Maybe starting off with a little bit of a hiccup, but now they are back in full force and just triple after triple after triple. It is so intense, and Death Dealers just not managing to keep up with the pace of a powerhouse clan like INTZ, Lady B.
Yeah, this is you're in a tough matchup you're going up against INTZ. Not only offensively, but defensively, as they are showing. They've come in wanting to claim their stake for tomorrow's match. Death Dealers just continuing to move along and show us what they've got, though. And Khan's bringing us in with a Queen Charge hybrid, but using that temporary skeleton barrel. We started seeing those yesterday, which is absolutely incredible and fun. Creates a great funnel opportunity with the skeletons that come out, but we do not get the Queen setting in place for the single IT, and he does not want to force his ability. Gets that freeze down just in the nick of time. But is the rage going to be enough? We've got headhunters coming out. Woody, I'm scared.
Poison Spell dropped early to deal with those headhunters, but they're not going to have that available now for the super minions out back. They're closing in on the Queen, but fortunately for her, she's topped back off with those healers, even pushed out of the rage spell. They're doing their best to get her back up to full health. Air Sweeper is doing some amazing work on defense, but just cannot deny the rage spell ability to keep the Queen nice and healthy. Healers are topping her back off. It's the main stage. The attack begins now with the Barbarian King over on the right side. Siege Barracks as well to get a P.E.K.K.A and some additional wizards into the action. This is a really minor heavy army as we're seeing them buried deep underneath the right side walls. They're moving on toward the town hall, and an interesting jump spell now dropped by this Queen over here on the left side. It's going to get some additional help, taking down the enemy Queen, going in for a single target Inferno. But can she survive this encounter? She locks the Eagle Artillery first, Lady B.
Yeah, the Eagle Artillery does not go down here. This is gonna hurt. That Queen needed good supportive action for this hybrid. It means we're gonna continue to see the rain down impact of that Eagle and the back end scatter shot. When you bring that jump, when you bring the investment of the Queen, you expect so much out of her. And we are down for the count on spells. No freezes to hold this off, which means no opportunity to work through and get this done. But we do get the healer swap, which helps out just a tiny bit. But as the miners pop up to take on those defenses, take on the remaining structures, that's when they get the damage from the Eagle, and that's why you see it wipe out so quickly. That Queen, he did everything he could. He had my heart racing at the start that he was gonna lose her. The recovery was great, didn't force that ability, but then in the end, not enough to get the value she needed here, and that was the Eagle and the scatter shot.
The last hit comes down, and Khan is left with a 2-star, 84%. Acheron, Cocytus, Leith, and Phlegathon. They call themselves the Death Dealers, but they're swimming with the fishes in the river Styx. They are in an awful position now as INTZ, with the same number of stars after just 4 attacks, has got a higher percentage of destruction. Only need to get a single star in this next fight, and Marinal is not going to be happy with just that. Looking for another triple to give his team the second 14-star performance this month so far. They have got their sights set on the golden ticket and are ready to charge through to the playoffs. One more victory here and now is all they need, and Marinal's been coming heavy in here with the Super Witches, ready to get those big boys busting through, Lady B.
I love Marinal doing Super Witches. I have done tons of streaming for INTZ, and I had never seen them doing Super Witches until this weekend. So really incredible sight, and witches at that. I mean, these are Lalo attackers, these are hybrid attackers, and bringing it through with the Super Witches, showing how they adapt to the meta, to what needs to be done. You gotta give it to them. But Marinal wanting to go home again today with another 14 stars on the board, giving it everything he has for a big showing, because this is their last shot, the last qualifiers here. But the big boys need to continue with that tanking as the Eagle rains down.
A giant bomb explodes in the top compartment, but it's no problem at all for these healers, staying right on track here. They'll pop down the enemy Royal Champion and finish off this lava hound with no problem at all. Boom, there goes the Town Hall, and INTZ have secured their spot in the playoffs. Death Dealers have been sent back down to the lower bracket. Their victory over the Queen Walkers yesterday is going to be challenged once again as Marinal secures the second star now, surpassing the 50% mark and finding even more trouble in the middle. Slowed down a bit, but he is going to get back into the swing of things. Royal Champion is going to be moving in hot on the left corner, her shield ready to be tossed as soon as she finds the ideal target. Knocking down a few more big defenses though. It's the Wizard Tower, Archer Tower, and a big old multi-target Inferno that are firing away at the big boys now, Lady B.
Yeah, a lot of damage, but they can take on this impact. Now, it's the time factor that's always the issue, but he brought the 5 witches, and this is looking, I don't want to jinx it, but fairly solid. I gotta say, too, we've been asking for the Super Valks. We've not seen them, but we did see the Valk coming out of the Clan Castle, out of that Siege Barracks with the Yetis for the assist on some of that cleanup, and that is something you always have to think about with these type of time-consuming attacks, and it's exactly what Marinal thought about to get the job done with the Super Witch, pull in the 3-star for the victory for today's match, and go through to tomorrow, Banks.
INTZ are in the playoffs tomorrow. A truly masterful performance under a fair amount of pressure. Opening up with this war, they opened up with an 89% 2-star, and Death Dealers put a triple on the board, applying a bit of pressure into INTZ, but they did not buckle. They powered on, and they absolutely smashed their way through those bases. Now, while we look at these stats that are going to come up the board for these two clans, we need to remind you that Death Dealers are going to have another opportunity later on today. They will face Queen Walkers to try and stay in the tournament this weekend and try and stay in, and just they're going to have to battle Queen Walkers, though, if they're going to make it through to Championship Sunday. It's going to be a repeat of yesterday's match. Can they do it again, Woody?
I think they've got a shot at it. I gotta say, their performance in this last war against INTZ is not inspiring a whole lot of confidence, especially because they had such a tight match yesterday against the Queen Walkers, only emerging with a 1% victory. And even if they do move on, INTZ are still out there lurking in the shadows, ready to knock them down again, Lady B.
They are. I'm excited to see what INTZ is going to bring tomorrow, but I'm also excited to see what Death Dealers might take from this, and if this is going to be kind of the kick in the booty to say, come on, we got to do this one last chance today. And that's all you get, is that one last shot with these determination rounds.
Well, I feel like Queen Walkers will be out for revenge against Death Dealers, but INTZ have taken the dub, and in case you missed it, just to break down one of those wars, I'm going to hand you over to Judo at the Telestrator.
Thank you so much, Banks. It was an incredible performance by INTZ. We've seen a number of witch attacks, but INTZ got the 3-star with them, and they did a couple of things differently, so I want to highlight it for you. With any witch attack, you want to ensure good pathing for them into the town hall, but also through the base. Now, how exactly do we do that? Well, the first important point I want to make for you is the Grand Warden should be used for his walk prior to the lightning spells. This is for time. Rotate your lightning spells around the core building you are taking down. In this case being the scatter shot. It means not only do we take down the cannons as intended, we also get the air sweeper and the royal champion altar. That just helps with time more than anything else. So Grand Warden walk prior to the lightning. This makes sure that we have the funnel set up on the right-hand side of the base. Then down to the bottom, we have the Barbarian King. You can't quite see, but there's a Headhunter and Witches reinforcing since the Barbarian is down there as well. Now, the next key point that I want you to take away here is coconut balloons. You need to send in 3 to 4 coconut balloons in front of your healers in order to protect them through black bombs. If you are entering into the town hall as you should, you will be using a rage spell early on in combination with the Grand Warden's ability. So it protects the balloons to flush this area of black bombs and protect the healers. Very, very important. Now let's move back to the pathing. The witches are moving into the base and we need to ensure they go up towards the eagle. This is where a single spell slot in that of the jump should be able to get us through, or a double spell slot, I guess. But not many spells to path through the base is what you want to look at. Whether it's Yeti Smash, Super Witches, regular Witches, not many spells to get through the base. The other main point, side swiping with the Royal Champion and Hog Riders from the Siege Barracks. This allows us to take out any other splash damage, swiping around the base as the Witches are tanking in the center. And this is exactly the same, whether you are doing Yeti Smash, Super Witches, as I said, it's a similar principle. So setting up the pathing for your Witches to move through the base, make sure that your Grand Warden is deployed prior to your lightning spells, as long as he won't get taken out by what you are taking down with the lightning. Then rotate your lightning spells around the core building to get as much value and ensure you have coconut loons ahead for the healers. I know it's a ground attack, but the healers are super important. You need to protect them. What a performance by INTZ. They move through to tomorrow, but let's check out the teams in the next matchup. It is going to be a repeat of yesterday, MCES and Nova Esports.
Who do you think is the best player in your clan?
全員いいプレイヤーなんですけども、特に今月から参加したスターズはとても全開率が高いです。
Ryzen.
Tecnicamente, eu acho que é o Bernal também.
Tous.
React.
Hi.
أعتقد ماتياس.
Who is your favorite Clash of Clans caster?
现在我镜头前的
Mr. Banks.
Emre Kara. He is the Turkish YouTuber.
Eu gosto de todos os casters brasileiros. Né? Não tenho nenhuma preferência.
Mr. Banks.
Yes!
I love Solocotroco, but from the English ones, I can't difference them. I think that they are great.
Carol Finn.
Oh! Thank you so much, Judo, for breaking down that attack. And we have seen some top-tier performances already. But now we're switching things around again, and we are now joined by the Knowledge Bomb, the master caster himself. It's Carbon Finn back at the desk. So, Carbon, this is when the wars matter the most, because we are now in the lower bracket. You lose this match, you go home. Let's build some tension.
Absolutely. You have to go all out, and MCES is going to be taking on Nova Esports, which is the rematch of the World Championship from last year, which MCES did lose, and Nova Esports was crowned the champion. So everything is on the line here.
And Lady B, this is when the qualifier gets interesting, because the golden ticket war is only 1 day away. So how many stars do you think it'll take to win this one?
I'm going with 14 stars on this one for the win. And MCS has shown they can do it, but can Nova do it to try and take it away? Garrix is going to have to show a 3-star if there is hope for that, coming in with the Zap Quake Lalo here.
Yeah, Garrix is coming in off his hot 3-star from yesterday. He came in with the Mash Dragons, and he's still going with the air. He's going to win with the Zap Lalo. And notice this is a multi-target Inferno, so the Royal Champion is getting some incredible value, getting through it. Does pull the ground skeleton, but not able to grab the Inferno Tower, which he still is trying to set up this charge. And notice all the openings in the wall, including the one that's leading towards that Town Hall.
Yeah, that's going to be a nice passage here for the Queen to work her way through. Ice Golem to do the tanking, but we need to see him walk back in, which the loons set in place actually do help get that push here. It's unfortunate to see that we didn't get the multi-targeting Inferno, so this is going to have to be a little bit of an adjustment coming in from the start, but I doubt it's going to be too much of a factor for Garrix, who is a pro at this.
Yeah, we're seeing double skeleton traps right near the Town Hall, but the King and his ability to help clear that, and the Town Hall Queen should be able to take it down. Down it goes. Now with Queen ability, she's going to grab this Air Expo. She's continuing into the core of the space with the Lalo coming in from the right side. But notice the enemy Queen is still standing, even the enemy Royal Champion. He's going to have to try to find a way to grab them both, but get ready for the Grand Warden. Turtle Toe pops it, and he clips both of the Headhunters.
Ooh, gets those Headhunters in there. That's going to be critical with the Queen there in the core of the base. Gets that connect. Warden continuing to support. The King's still alive, but that Queen just got nailed down. And we've got everything converging through here to the Eagle with the freeze holding it all off.
Wow, the Headhunters went from the Royal Champion straight to the Queen. Luckily, did not go to that defending King and was able to take her down. And there are so many balloons left here. Gonna take down Remio to kick it off for the 3-star here in the war.
Yeah, solid start here for Garrix. I mean, this is what we would expect from him. We've seen a phenomenal showing with his performance throughout the various World Championship qualifiers. And this is Nova's 5th time around, so I feel like they're seasoned pros coming at this. They just need to find that one shot now, though. But the question is it going to be against MCES? A slight opening in MCES's match against M.K.M.A, so I guess anything can happen.
Absolutely, and Nova Esports are looking to get that golden ticket. They've been in many qualifiers, but this is the first one MCES is in this year, even though they did participate and came in 2nd place in last year's World Championship. But now we have Sinti. He is going back to the ground, what he loves the best, coming in with the Zap Hogs, because last war, he went in with the Drag Bat, which only got the 93% 2-star, and it completely went away from his ground attacks usually.
Yeah, I think he's looking to correct that mistake, come back to his roots, to what he does best. I've never seen him not do a hog attack until that last match. It didn't work out, so he needs to see if this is going to be what it takes. Opening up the passage to the Town Hall, the wall wrecker, the safe approach to eliminate it and make that connection in the pathing poured out here from where he placed that Zap Quake. And that Yeti has done some great work helping out, and a nice continuation to support the Queen here with that Ice Golem.
Yeah, this Ice Golem is down. Now the Queen is walking her way towards this left side. And some sneaking up is going to help force this Queen in. Luckily did pull that ground skeleton trap right there, which now the Queen can get through the single target Inferno as she walks right by to the left side. But pops that Warden ability earlier, finds a Tornado Trap, which is slowing down these Hogs, slowing down the momentum into this scatter shot. And he's forced to use one of these heals, and he's got 1 freeze left, but the King is up top tanking a little bit.
Yeah, the King's going to do some epic work along the outside edge, one of your tankiest items to bring along. And he helps keep the momentum, the path set, working around that outer edge. That heal goes down, freeze in on the scatter shot so the Royal Champion can take it out. And this leaves such safe passage through for Synth to come back around and pick up the 3-star here.
Talking about the perfect freeze opportunity, and it was right there to freeze the scatter shot so the Royal Champion can take down the defending Royal Champion, and then the next shot take down the scatter shot there as well, which was huge because these Hogs would have been hit by that scatter shot as they moved right on by, and it could have been a completely different story. but now Cinti does come in with the answer that MCES needed for the 3-star. What an attack here coming in with the Hogs. Banks, we've got ourselves a war.
2 triples on the board for 2 monster clans. We are looking for a great grudge match here today. They're going to be facing off for the 2nd time, and this was last year's World Finals. I'm just so excited to see what they bring to the table, and if any single player from these clans slips up, it just could be curtains for that one, Lady B.
Yeah, there's no room for error in these types of matches, and I think it was a smart move for Synth to go back to his roots. But React coming in now, React's done some phenomenal work for Nova Esports as well, picking up that 3-star with the Queen charge Lalo yesterday, and again, coming back to what he knows best and bringing that through for us. But we need to see the single go down for the safe passage for the Queen to move in, the Royal Champion doing her job there.
Yeah, the Royal Champion did get some value, but the Eagle Artillery is going to stay up here. But the Queen, she can grab that. She can be able to... The biggest thing he wanted down was that single target Inferno, so did not take the Queen down through her charge as she walked by. And then he's going to be able to continue into this Lalo. But the issue here is I think he's got to wait until this Eagle goes down before he drops this. Oh, is it going to open up the middle of the wall? That's my only issue. If it does, this Queen's going to get the value. Well, it does. So now the Queen can get to the scatter shot all the way in the middle.
Wow, this is a nice way to start off a Lalo raid here. Queen charging her way through into the core, shaping it up so you have very limited spread out for your loons. This means he's going to get great value out of his rages, out of those hastes. And this Queen is looking to stand quite some time, but she's got to get through this clan castle first.
Yeah. We are seeing that defending Inferno Dragon. We haven't seen too much of it here in the qualifiers, only just in a few attacks, and it's only been used on the defensive side. But now the Queen should be able to get through it. The poison cell slowing down a lot, but now he's going to be able to charge with the Hound and the Lalo from the left side, and he still has a Stone Slammer to make his way towards that Town Hall.
Yeah, calm, cool, and collected as he works the Queen through, starts off the Lalo section here, and this is where you really see the shape up of the base. Nice supportive action coming in from the Stone Slammer from that 12 o'clock side here. Freezes up the Town Hall to keep, and the scatter shot to keep these loons safe from that nasty impact, and the Rage is just gonna force everything in here. Warden ability needed.
Wow.
Oh, to get this one finishing up. Queen still has her ability down here at the bottom, but we're only at 44 seconds. He's got to use these loons strategically in some of the cleanup to get things going.
Absolutely. He needs to take down this Archer Tower down south, but the thing is time. He needs to clean this all up. He does have the minions around, drops them onto the Archer Tower down south to help force these balloons to start cleaning up on the top side. The minions are down. He still has another haste and a loon for cleanup, and it's going to come down to using it. Pops that Queen ability. He's trying to find the perfect opportunity to drop that balloon, sends it in up top, and he gets it down 97, 98, 99, and we've got an answer from Reactive Nova Esports coming in with another 3-star here in the elimination match.
They are not going down without a fight in this match. I don't know. MCES is really going to have to keep the pressure on here to try and get it done. This entire weekend has been anyone's war. We've seen that through and through, but this one last shot here in this deciding match for the golden ticket. Can Remy, I call him Remy OP, get the job done, keep the pressure applied to Nova with the Zapquake Lalo?
Yeah, Remio coming in with 2 triples already here in the qualifiers with the Zap Lalo, and doing it yet again, sticking to the attack that he loves, trying to get this value. RC burns her ability, takes down the scatter shot, and now she's going to be able to grab the Wizard Tower. She's continuing down to grab potentially the Archer Tower. Is she going to continue to get that? Look at this value. Now he's going to send the heroes into this Town Hall, and we're seeing another one of these wall wreckers for the Town Hall and set out the Eagles on the top side.
This is a big opener, eliminating a lot of damage. Eagle goes down, Town Hall goes down, Scatter Shot down, Clan Castle down. All we're really talking about to worry about is a scatter on the back end, but he's not made that connection here. Eagle's still up, we have a Town Hall down, but I think he's got a lot to help support this. That Warden ability is going to be key, but keeping that freeze spell for the back end, for the scatter shot, is going to have to happen here.
Yeah, he's flying straight into the Eagle, which is a beautiful thing, so he can keep that momentum through, but get ready. Here comes the Headhunters. The Grand War Eternal Tome is going to protect him to take down this enemy queen. And there it is, perfectly placed right there. Watch out. There's probably going to be a ton of red air bombs here by this multi-target Inferno, but it doesn't matter. Through the Warden ability, there's a scatter shot on the back end, uses the freeze, and this is going to be the 3-star for MCES, the answer. And they're going back and forth, trading triples. Remio coming in. He's already gotten those 2 triples, putting up another one, staying perfect here in the qualifiers, which is what MCES needs to be getting done here.
They make this look like a cakewalk coming through. The back-end defenses that remained here, he knew weren't going to be an issue for him. That single targeting Inferno, not dealing enough damage against the pack of loons that work through. It doesn't have the time to heat up and roast them all. That Archer Tower, not enough against. He's got like 20 loons left over. So Remio knew there was smooth sailing for this. Once he got safely past that queen into that scatter shot chamber, he knew it was down for the count for this one, and he could keep pushing MCES along. But we still need to see if Nova can keep that pressure on here now, Banks.
Exactly. Nova Esports, keep applying the pressure, keep putting the thumb down, and just MCES keep answering back every single time. It's a proper ping pong match right now. It's 100. It's a triple. We're going to have to see, well, who's going to slip up? Are we going to come down to like a time race? Is it going to be about who did their attacks quicker? I mean, I don't know at this stage, Carbon.
Yeah, we don't know. Lady B, you did say that you thought that the winner's going to have to put up 14 stars. Well, that might even not be enough at the rate that they're going right now, because Thomas is coming in with the Zap Lalo as well. And Thomas started off yesterday. He went in with the Zap Witches, so he's switching it up to the air attack, trying to help take down this clan castle in the middle of the base. Does damage his Eagle, but this Royal Champion, hang on, is she going to be able to grab this value if he sends it over there?
We're going to have to see. We've got the King to do the tanking here. Royal Champion coming in from the side. The Giant is the big tank factor for her, just to edge it out so she can pick up what's needed here. But look at this opening for the King. King working his way through. The Queen's going to support behind. Get out the scatter shot here. That Royal Champion is going the distance for him for a beautiful opener. I like that Thomas has switched over on strategies this time around.
Yeah, the big thing, though, is this Queen went away from that scatter shot, which is going to be huge. Oh, the scatter shot's going to probably take this Queen down. Oh, the Archers were the ones that locked onto it. But now here comes the Lalo from the bottom side of the base. He's going to have to push his way into the Town Hall. But the issue here, he's going to have to face these sweepers. Does decide to use that blimp for the Town Hall. Does have to use that free spell. Warden's moving around. Does have the ability. And he pops it through the Eagle, tries to protect them all. But the scatter on the top side is going to cause so many issues.
That scatter's going to cause issues. The air sweeper's pushing everything back, and we didn't see a split on the loons to actually switch across with a few working in. But either way, with the Queen not getting what was needed there, this really struggles to stand any chance at this point. And yeah, with no more freezes left over, last one going down, I'm afraid I spoke too soon at the beginning of this raid for the Queen value.
Yeah, unfortunately with that scatter, and look at all the traps that were in the middle of the space. And notice there's a bunch of storages. Why does he have storages all the way in the middle? Well, a lot of times for hybrid attacks, it stalls the miners up so much, can mess them up. So most likely you wouldn't see a hybrid attack on the base, which then you can start to plan and put traps elsewhere and kind of predict what your opponent is going to come in with. And in this case, he did come in with the Zap Lalo, did take out that clan castle, but he was ready for it. And unfortunately, that Queen didn't get the value he wanted and just fell short because those sweepers both did so much work.
Yeah, those sweepers pushing back, a combination of many factors. And this is where you really see how important it is to get that value from your hero openers. When you want that supportive action, when you want to eliminate certain heavy hitting defenses, that's where you see how it can hammer down on the rest of your raid throughout.
Absolutely, and it's going to come down to now MCES. Can they keep the 3-star train rolling? And now we have Arium, who did come in with the Zaplalo, looking to do it again. He did 3-star yesterday, starts it off with the lightning and earthquakes, and look at this, he does have one more lightning and he's not using it. Well, because the clan castle is still standing, so he's potentially going to save this for the headhunters that may come out of the CC as for defending the space. World champion, she's getting some incredible value here, should be able to skip onto the single target Inferno. Remember, the biggest things we have to look for are those sweepers that are pointing to try to push those balloons back.
Yeah, we'll see if he's able to work his way in here, get through. It's the wall wrecker to lead the passage, which gives the queen what she needs. Once she gets stepped up to the plate inside there, she can potentially take out that air sweeper so he can get his push coming in from the right behind that second air sweeper there, which is going to be key. But we have to contend with the clan castle first, and the queen, who's not taking on damage due to the assist of the king here, is in a good position.
Yes, I would say pop that king of bill. Oh, the queen is just out of range of the town hall. And that is luckily, so the queen's not taking any damage from the town hall. These ice combs are slowing it down quite a bit, but now she is. But look at this. He did not use that king ability, which means he can use it now to help push his way and keep the momentum into the core. And wait a second, if this king can end up getting through this wall, the queen can reach that royal champion on the backside.
Yeah, did you see he brought in a Valk to help with that push? I think that was super smart. Maybe help to lend to the king not having to use his ability so early. And we'll see if the queen can actually work her way through. But that ice golem with some great timing there, holding up the royal champ to give the loons a little bit of room, but not enough. The queen we're going to see actually working her way in to take on the other air sweeper.
Yeah, unfortunately, the royal champion did not go down the enemy queen, which forced him to use that warn ability early with the headhunters. But the eagle is still standing. He's pushing his way straight into it. Has one more haste to use. He's pushing his way through the backside. There's so many balloons left. There's not too many defenses. He's going to overwhelm this. And this is going to be another 3-star coming in for MCES. Arium, what a hit.
Arium is just on fire today, as is MCES. They have gone 3 for 3 now, not letting up on the gas pedal here and taking their lead now. This is a commanding position to go up against Nova, Banks.
They are indeed, and it's a difficult situation because I feel like this jinx is transferable, because I just said that this could turn into a time race, given that it could be a perfect war, and then Thomas95 2-starred. So I think I have to have some words with you after this, Lady B, because I think the jinx transferred to me, and I feel bad now. But MCES still piling on the pressure, putting triples up on the board. It's looking really strong for them. Nova really need to pull something out of the bag and hope that MCES fail their next attack, Carbon.
Yeah, we're going to have to see. Nova Esports has nothing other than they have to 3-star here to start to bring it back, because MCES is perfect so far. They've got the star advantage, they've got the percent advantage, and now Nova Esports has to answer with this, and starting it off with the drag bat. We're seeing just the use of the super wall breaker on the left side, which some Teslas did pop. Looks like he wants to charge this king queen into the section, help set up the funnel for these dragons.
Yeah, looking to pick up some good value by taking out that scatter shot that would sideswipe the dragons, but also helping to narrow out the path. You want a nice straight direct line for those dragons to work through with some damage spread out there. And with the warden carrying on, we now have the blimp to sail across. He's got a straight line to the town hall, and that is exactly what you want to see here. But we still need to pick up some more of that splash damage so the bats have a healthy, safe push through. Oh, that scatter did not go down though, Carbon.
Yeah, that scatter is still standing like you mentioned right there. Unfortunately, the queen went up to the top side where that single target Inferno was, but does have to send the royal champion now into the scatter to help these dragons, because notice in this dragon attack, he did not take any balloons. And I don't think I've ever seen a drag bat without any sub-Coco loons in front of the dragons. But there's the RC, did get the skip off, air defense goes down, and these bats, if they can stay alive with these phrases, can get some incredible value.
Yeah, 5 freezes he brought along to really get this push because he knew he was going to have a good amount of splash on the back end. These wizard towers spread out, having to get them working through. Last freezes coming down. 1 more wizard tower to go, and everything is tanked. These bats have helped support this considerably. Now we do have the Royal Champion to worry about, but it's not going to be too much of a fight as the bats work their way through and swarm her after the last of the defenses are down, though the Dragons might just get that done first.
Yeah, there's the freeze on the Royal Champ just to help so he can keep a few of the bats alive. And you never know in terms of time. The Grand Warden pulls that red air bomb. Luckily, it did not go off to those bats, but he's still got a minute left to help clean this up. These bats can clear out all these buildings on the outside, except that, oh, he does find a red air bomb. He needs these dragons to push their way through because they take forever on storages.
I was going to say that was such a nice split from the bats to work their way into the Archer Queen podium in the core. And boom goes the trap and knocks them out. I mean, this is tough because it looked good on time. It still will be good on time. The storage is the biggest worry for the Dragons here because they're slow moving. But again, we've got a nice split. And for Matthias, this is what is going to pull in that 3-star for him.
Absolutely great job. Nova Esports needed to get that 3-star right there. So now if MCES just gets the 2-star, it will be all tied up on stars and it will be going into the final hits. But MCES are looking to keep that 3-star train rolling. Can they get yet another one here? Because we're going to have to see. Probably maybe Kingsman may be the next attacker because I know Tryhard loves to come in at the very end to help close it out for MCES because the pressure is mounting and he's one of the clutch attackers for MCES.
Yeah, and Kingsman, having already pulled in a 3-star in the earlier match using the hybrid, he's coming in and switching it up now with the Super Witch. I mean, we're seeing a lot of players here bringing in the Super Witch action that I can't say I'm accustomed to seeing do that.
Yeah, he's thinking that the lightning with the Super Witches is going to be the right call. Typically, where do we see the lightning? Well, like Judo mentioned, we love to see the lightning being used where the Grand Warden is being dropped. And you want to drop that Grand Warden initially, but in this case, it looks like Kingsman is keeping it on the other side because the Warden wants to set up a funnel on the top side. The lightning is setting the funnel on the other side because remember, a funnel is all about 2 parts, left and right, so you can get your troops to go exactly where you want.
Yeah, and that helps eliminate some of the damage that would be coming in and side-swiping those witches. And it also helps keep a push for the king here as well, so he can work his way down and around and through. And this is all leading so that head-on damage can come in towards those big boys, and the witches can just remain ever so slightly behind there. But we are getting a bit of a split. The majority of these witches looking to work their way through into this town hall, but no jump set yet.
Yeah, those, unfortunately, the wall breaker was failed there because the town hall was activated and took down those wall breakers, which now he doesn't have all the Super Witches in the middle of the base. He's got a few of them on the outside. They need to loop around, but no, they break the wall to go on the outside there. Now the question is he going to have the momentum to keep it up in the middle?
I've seen these attacks turn around quite a bit. Not sure if this is going to be the case, but he has gotten down a lot of key components here. If that Eagle goes down, that's one of the biggest threats. The Royal Champion coming in to help really support by taking on the single targeting Inferno, shaping this up. That multi is not going to be too big of an issue for them, but here come the Hogs, a perfectly strategically placed siege barracks to lend the power of the Hogs working along the outer lying defenses there and help support the Royal Champion. Could be the saving grace Kingsman needs, but we still have the time factor to worry about.
Absolutely, these Hogs are going to provide some nice tanking for this RC as she's going around, and that's the whole point of the Hogs. They're meant to tank for the Royal Champion. You don't have any spells for them because you want her to be protected as she moves around, as these point defenses do lock onto them. But this Queen, she took down that Expo there, still has the RC ability. Now the biggest issue is time here, Lady B.
Yeah, time is ticking, but the Royal Champ has that Seeking Shield intact, knowing that he just needs to take down 4 structures with it. Gets a good hit on it, but we still have the Wizard Tower and the Tesla to worry about. Royal Champion looking to do everything she can. Can the storage go down, Carbon?
4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, and the Queen gets it down. Kingsman comes in with the 3-star for MCES to keep the triple train rolling, Banks.
That split second right at the end of that attack has just managed to get them that triple, which may be the difference maker coming towards the end of this war. Managing to keep that pressure on. 100% destruction average, 12 stars after 4 attacks. This is just looking unbelievable, Lady B.
I'm losing words at the performance MCES has come back around with. That was as close as it could possibly be. I'm trying my best not to jinx any of these guys, but they are certainly showing up and performing today. So it is looking like it's that 14-star that could be potentially needed for the win. Maybe even more, dare I say it. So Cuevas has to continue applying pressure here, find if this is the only last saving chance he has, and we're gonna see if it's gonna be the drag bat to get this one done.
Yeah, Cuevas coming in. He did attack yesterday with the hybrid and only got the 2-star 86%. And now he's switching it up to the air. He's sending the king, and he's going to be able to help funnel this king in towards the scatter shot with a super wall breaker, opening the compartment a little bit more. If this queen can get towards that Eagle Artillery, that's going to be some insane value. But this Tesla on the left might be a little bit of an issue, but the single target's onto this queen here.
Ooh, forces that ability. He's got the freezes, but he knows he needs to save those for the bats. It looked like it could have been such a solid opener for that with a lot of epic value for the queen. So that's going to have to be reserved for the back end of this raid. But the dragons do have a good push. The only problem is the eagle raining down on them.
Yeah, unfortunately, that eagle was probably supposed to be going down from that queen, and the king did not get what he wanted towards that gold storage, which forced the queen off to the right. But the warden does pop the ability, pushing the blimp all the way towards this town hall. We haven't found the tornado trap just yet. It's gonna make it. Looks like there it is. Finds the Sigir mine, but the rage and the balloons is gonna take this town hall down. Still has a handful of bats still to use here.
Yeah, the bats could come in and really help with this push through. Now, with the eagle up and those dragons, they're tanky. They can take on the heat, and they've worked their way through perfectly so far. Royal Champion, though, really needs to try and stay behind these bats ever so slightly so she can help support. He needs to let those freezes do the work. Gets the first freeze down on the scatter shot, one of the biggest damage factors to these bats here. Last one going down, but he's got the wizard tower to still worry about.
Wow. He unfortunately used a freeze spell on the scatter shot when the bats got into the dead zone, where the scatter shot would not have been able to hit those bats. Could have saved that freeze spell for the back end wizard tower. Could have been a different story there with all those bats alive, but you never know. He's got a few dragons. This Grand Warden, just 45 seconds, but that one freeze spell cost everything there.
Yeah, it's quick thinking. In those moments, the time, it goes by so fast. You don't realize how quickly you need to adjust to what you thought you were going to do before. It's those tricky freeze spells that really cost you these 3 stars here in how you place them, and more importantly, when you place them. And Cuevas, unfortunately, not making enough of that connection here to take down MCES in this last hit of his. But we still have to see how MCES come through. Perhaps we've got Nova with a solid base up their sleeve that they're saving for last.
Yeah, we're seeing what an incredible performance from MCES, not only on the attacks, but the defensive side as well, holding Nova Esports just to the 13. And you talked about it. We have to see probably a 14-star performance. And that's how MCES just has to get a 2-star to get to 14 stars here in this war against Nova Esports. And we are going to see the closer for MCES kicking off with the Zap Dragons, looking to take down the Seagull Artillery so that he can then set up the dragons to fly his way in.
Yeah, and I have not done anything controversial yet, like say, is there going to be a perfect war? But the way they've been going, we are looking solid for MCES. Try hard coming in, zapping out the path here for the heroes to open up, make additional connection, so the dragons have a nice, easy push through, but they've got to get through these super minions first.
Yeah, he's going to charge his way through with the poison onto those super minions, going to slow them down, and going to be incredible value as this queen can continue the charge here. That king, taking all this value, does drop a balloon onto that wizard tower. Maybe he can help grab and take that down. Yeah, the ice golem even helps take it down right there. And then it's coming back off to the right. No, it's going to the cannon. Never mind here, but still has the Royal Champion to deploy.
Yeah, and the queen's still picking up some great value. He's got to be patient through this, and that's a bit of a killer for dragons. Dragons don't do patience because they are slow moving enough. So this queen, if he wants to see a triple, needs to get going. So the dragons come down, the Stone Slammer coming in. I like the position of the Stone Slammer because it's going to cut across just to the top side of the base and potentially do some good tanking, or maybe not, but at least lend itself for that split up coming into the scatter shot chamber on the outer edge.
The beautiful thing is he popped that Warden ability. Not only did it protect the dragons, but it even protected the queen. She's now looping in with the dragons to help assist on this charge. What an incredible value from Tryhard pushing his way through. No more spells, but he's got a lot of dragons still alive. Now he needs to take down the scatter shot that's on top. The Royal Champion's taking down the air defense. Pops the RC ability, taking these defenses down. Oh, the scatter shot took that queen down.
Oh, that queen did so much work. That scatter shot still has not gone down. These dragons have not quite made their way in yet, still taking on the heat, but they are heavy hitting. They can take it, but not for too long. So this is where we need to see the reinforcement of the dragons down here at the bottom side. The Warden is full health. We can potentially see this get done, but it's the time factor we are talking about again here.
Yeah, he's got 3 dragons moving into the Expo and scatter. Let's see the health. They're not too much healthier, but I'm thinking this should be enough here. Take down this Air Expo. Now the Warden can at least help grab the scatter if he goes straight to it next. He does. And this scatter is going to go down and try hard. The Warden coming in clutch for the 3-star. And we are seeing a perfect war coming in from MCES here into the elimination match. Wow, they got the revenge against Nova Esports.
Wow, and there you have it. The first perfect war of the 6th qualifier. Congratulations to MCES. They definitely deserve that. What an incredible performance. Each qualifier just seems to be getting more and more intense as we approach the World Finals. I mean, they got ahead of their opponents with a spectacular display of in-game knowledge and some absolutely incredible attacks here. We're going to check out some of these stats right now. Look at that! 15 stars on the board, 100% destruction average, and Nova Esports with a commendable performance of 13 stars, Lady B.
I didn't want to say 15 stars needed to get it done because I figured that would jinx it, but wow! I mean, 14 stars wouldn't have put up this war, but if anyone was going to get it done, it was MCES for the win. A phenomenal showing, and exciting that we'll get to see that kind of performance moving forward into tomorrow's match.
Yes, we will. MCES will advance to the playoffs tomorrow on Sunday, and it's going to be incredible. You've definitely do not want to miss it. These attacks just get more and more complex and particular as we advance through towards the World Finals. So I can't break them down, so we get someone in to break them down for us. It's Judo Sloth at the Telestrator.
Thank you, Banks. What an incredible war! MCES with the perfect. Synthé kicked it off with his specialty, the Hog Riders. So let's break it down for you. He always uses the lightning spells, or he did yesterday as well, onto the Clan Castle and the Town Hall. 2 key buildings to take down to set up defensive pathing for Hog Riders. Remember, as I mentioned in the Lava Loon attack, rotates the lightning around the Clan Castle because only 5 lightning are needed for an Expo, so just gets a little bit extra damage onto the other Expo. This in itself is important because it starts the defensive path for the Hog Riders, which we will talk about when they are deployed. But let's take a step back. Remember, it is a combination of the lightning and hero dive that gets you the value. So the Wall Wrecker easily comes into the Town Hall, and if you can take down the Town Hall in a Hog Rider attack, it protects your Grand Warden's ability. Now we see a simple funnel being set up to allow the Archer Queen to step up into this other little area, again extending the defensive pathing and the value that he gets. So let's move to that defensive pathing. As you can see, the Hog Riders already coming in. You want to deploy them to the most damage first. So in this area, you can see that we have the multi-target Inferno Tower. We have the scatter shot, lots of other damage alongside the Queen, so an early Grand Warden's ability can allow the Hog Riders into this path to take it down quickly. The more Hog Riders that are protected, the quicker it goes down. Now, because Synthé takes an entire army of them, he can reinforce more to the side of the base and also pro-level adaptions. Recognizes that the Royal Champion, who is inside the Hog Riders, well protected, moves across to the scatter shot, freezes it to allow the RC to take down the defending RC and the scatter shot. So always be on the lookout for adaptions as well. So in summary, with his Hog Rider attack, making sure to lightning spell the clan castle and take down the town hall with the hero dive portion, setting up the defensive pathing for the Hog Riders. Once that moves into the most dangerous area, an early Grand Warden ability will allow you to protect as many Hog Riders and allow them to get through that area as quickly as possible. Then reinforce the outside with Hog Riders, keep them alive with the heal spell, and Synthé shows you how to get it done. But let's move across to the next elimination match. It is Death Dealers versus the Queen Walkers.
Do you play with your music on or not?
进攻的时候会开声音，这样更有感觉去打三星。
もちろんオンにしてます。
Definitely I play with music.
Não, eu prefiro silêncio, um pouco melhor para concentrar.
Sans la musique.
No, without music, without any sound.
No.
Yes, with the music.
What would you like to say to your opponents ahead of this weekend?
我们已经做好了最好的准备，都放马过来吧。
私たちが絶対勝ちます。
Good luck, everyone.
Espero que nós todos tenhamos uma boa competição e estamos muito bem preparados para ela.
Bonne chance parce qu'il va en falloir.
Be afraid of us.
Good luck and may the best win.
أتمنى أن يفشلوا على جميع التصاميم.
Thank you so much, Judo, for breaking down that attack. And it is now time for our last two clans to go head-to-head today for their spot in Sunday's playoffs. But the journey will not end there. So joining me on the desk, we have the two concussion grenades of the Clash casting community. It is Woody and Bash. So Bash, here we have some of the best players in the world about to go head-to-head in the lower bracket. Is this going to be experience winning this war?
You have to think experience plays into this, right? I mean, Queen Walkers have been here. They've done this before. Death Dealer's kind of new to the scene, and we saw maybe a little bit of nerves earlier in their matchup. So if I'm a viewer of this, I think that I would expect Queen Walkers to be able to handle the pressure a little bit better.
And Woody, are we smelling a Queen Walker's revenge in the air right now?
Let me test the air. I do think that we will get a Queen Walker's revenge win. I'm predicting maybe a 13-12 for them. You know, it's a big hit to have lost their upper bracket match earlier, and the Death Dealers have not had a good day so far. The Queen Walkers, with their win yesterday, are on the path to victory. If they could just keep their heads above water, I think it was a bit aberrant for this World Finals qualified team to have lost yesterday, and they are going to be seeking that revenge hard today.
Yes, they are. It is time now for our next two clans to wipe the sweat off their hands and make sure they do not make any slip-ups in this next war, because it's time for Queen Walkers versus Death Dealers.
And here we go. These two teams are ready to square off. The Queen Walkers looking to get us started, and we're gonna have Stadra coming in with a more traditional Yeti smash here. Woody, we haven't seen a ton of traditional Yeti smashes, but this one looks to start strong with this Warden Walk.
Oh yeah, brother, gonna be moving in with that big, heavy, ground-based smash. Big old bowlers, those blue bodacious guys are gonna be rocking hard, pounding over these walls. One jump spell Stadra has brought, but the bulk of it's gonna be 4 rages. Warden walk early on suggests to me that he's going to be trying to grab that Eagle artillery, pounds down for lots of splash damage, and you certainly want to knock it apart early if you can. Long range should give him just what he needs, but it's going to be a little bit of a distraction here. It's juking over to the left. What are we thinking, Bash?
I thought you were onto something with the Warden walking out the Eagle, but it looks like Stadro's just ready to full send it in, get everything moving into the middle of the base. We do have that King on the top side setting the funnel, and we're going to have the Battle Blimp fly in here to get that Town Hall secured, as the Warden ability is going to protect it all the way in. We do have those super minions right there doing some damage with the Town Hall falls. The Yetis and Bowlers are bashing their way through the base. Stadro's getting this one done quickly.
Fire on the mountain! Run, boys, run! We got rage spells dropped all over the map! A couple of frees to boost through the back end as single target Infernos are starting to heat up on these poor Yetis. Stadra of the Queen Walkers has got fire in his eyes and a burning rage in his heart. Can he keep the path going, though? He's gutted out the entirety of this base. 1 minute and 30 for cleanup should be enough, but can he break out of here? Archer Queen caught in a tornado, almost dies to an Inferno Tower, but gets help from her Amazonian compatriot. The Royal Champion knocks it down, and that ought to be it. I think 3 stars are in Stadra's future, Bash.
Stadra raged those Yetis right through this core and took this base down so fast. That Royal Champion was clutch and cleaning up those defenses along the outer rim. Oh, baby, it's gonna be a triple. The Queen Walkers getting the ball rolling early here. The Yeti smashes right on through Indy 317's base, and the Queen Walkers are gonna have the first triple of this war.
An avalanche of destruction. Stadra will not be denied. Super strong hitter from the Queen Walker squad. He has missed the 3-star in the last 2 wars, but has finally found his footing. The first triple in this war sends the Death Dealers to a perilous rebound. Will they be able to keep pace against the Queen Walkers out for revenge, forcing their way through this first setup as Indy 317's defenses fall to a mighty assault?
I thought for sure we would see the Warden try to walk out the Eagle, as you kind of mentioned with all those rages. He just used those rages to muscle his way right on through that base, and it was super effective. Lots of pressure now on the Death Dealers, and this is a spot where a team that's maybe not so experienced in these high pressure situations may falter, but we're going to have All Right coming in with a Zap Lalo, looking to put his team back on the board, going to go for that Clan Castle to take it down to open this one up.
Cracks through several important defensive structures there and will knock apart the Grand Warden as well. Spread out heroes on the back left side are not going to be providing too much firepower on defense now, as All Right will be moving in now with the Barbarian King to soak a few shots from these Teslas. Balloons get the drop, and the funnel has been complete. This is going to be a right side early stab at the Town Hall with an Ice Golem to protect this Queen as the Sui dive starts right now. 2 headhunters lying in wait could be used against that Archer Queen on the left side of this base. Looking forward to an early kill on the Eagle Artillery. All Right has got a great start, if you ask me, Bash.
This is an amazing opening here. That Royal Champion takes down the Eagle. The Queen's going to have free reign at the Town Hall. The Headhunter's actually going to come in and help the Royal Champion take down the defending Royal Champion. Great identification on the Sui dive from the heroes. The Tornado Trap is spinning, but it doesn't matter. There's so much value. We just have to get through these double scatter shot and that enemy Queen in the middle of the base now.
That single target Inferno is looking real scary. All Right doesn't grab it with the early hit, and any Lava Hound that wanders too near would be fired down quickly. He's going to keep him over on the top and the left side of the base, though, as they path toward that left corner air defense. They'll move down toward the bottom one after that. Balloons doing their best to keep up and help this drag it out in the center. We see destruction all over the map as All Right pops the Eternal Tome. Holy words of wisdom to protect these balloons as they seek an invulnerable path of annihilation through this base. Popping down defenses everywhere. Even the heroes can't keep up.
Oh my goodness, this balloon parade is coming in strong. Warden gonna help out with that single, and it's just gonna get down to this last air defense, but there are plenty of troops up here. That entry from the heroes was incredible to get this one started off right. And if you notice, he used the battle blimp in there to get towards that scatter shot and get it down quickly. Great identification after his heroes took out that huge chunk of the base. Used the battle blimp to take down a scatter shot, and the Death Dealers respond with a 3-star of their own.
All right from Death Dealers, one of the strongest hitters on their roster manages to secure a triple to answer right back against the Queen Walkers. The only issue being, can the rest of the Death Dealers keep up that momentum? Because we're going to have to see if Queen Walkers can do so as well, but that's what they've struggled with earlier on today. So it's all to play for right now, Woody.
That's right, Banks. All Right was the only player on the Death Dealers to get a 3-star in the previous war, so the scoreboard right now is evened up, but that is leaving me a bit worried about how their follow-up is going to look. Gaku from Queen Walkers, meanwhile, is not as weak of an attacker as we have seen from his past couple of hits. Hasn't gotten to 3-star yet either, but if he follows up Stadra's performance, might find the first triple here and now. You know, we were talking yesterday during the post game, and Banks predicted it really well. He said the Queen Walkers suffered a big defeat against the Death Dealers, but they were going to regroup. They were going to strategize, plan, and find a way to get back into this competition. I think that might have been prescient as we see a big hit from the Queen charge up top, knocking apart these Clan Castle troops. Unfortunately, having to use that ability early on, the poison's going to clip those super minions, but they are dealing a lot of damage, and those healers are struggling to keep up, Ash.
The Queen's ability getting forced out early is difficult to deal with as he wants to get this Town Hall down. He's going to have to rage to keep her up, and she has taken on so many defenses, and I don't think she's going to go into this compartment, so he's going to have to deal with that Town Hall, perhaps by sending the hybrid right at it, maybe adjust things and bring the King in towards that 12 o'clock position closer to that Archer Tower and Wizard Tower, and then just send the hybrid right at the Town Hall. We do have a wall break right here to get in towards the single target Inferno. We do have one freeze that's going to be needed to keep this Queen up. This is going to be interesting to see how this one plays out.
Single target Inferno's locked onto Yeti Mites. Is going to get a chance to retarget onto the Queen. She's forced to fire on the Elixir storage first, and you're right, Bash, that does require a free spell. Perfectly timed by Gaku there, right when it was heating up. Worse, it gets shut down. The Blizzard on the bottom left is going to keep that Archer Queen heavy on her sights. Loses one of her healers to a Seeking Ear Mine, and here goes the main phase of the attack now. Hogs are storming in, knocking apart the Town Hall and grabbing 50% for the second star. Gaku is moving in hot with the Eternal Tome to protect him as they make their way to this multi-target Inferno. A lot of damage being mitigated, but how long can it last? They are going in fast. Eagle Artillery has knocked apart the Archer Queen, lost on the bottom left, and massive giant bombs exploding by these Hogs. The Queen Walkers suffering a lot of casualties here, Bash.
This one is all coming together, though, for Gaku as those scatter shots go down. The Royal Champion's going to help out here on the back end. That Eagle Artillery does so much damage, but the Miner's going to come in, help deal with that Royal Champion. He still has his Royal Champion Seeking Shield. There goes. It gets thrown, but we are low on troops as those scatter shots dealt so much damage. We do have a lot of Miners kind of spread thin here, but there are a lot of defenses as well. This is going to be a close finish here, Woody, but Gaku looking to get this one done and get the 3-star.
It certainly is looking close. Lots of Miners still left thanks to those heal spells and the healers doing their best to keep them up and alive. The last defenses are now going down. Royal Champion encounters too much resistance from the Archer Tower, though, and that's going to be it. Gaku misses his chance to follow up for the triple, and Queen Walkers are left short in a lurch. 2-star, 91%, Bash.
Oh man, that Queen Walk may have been a little bit too long. He looped her around perfectly, but could not get everything moving through the center of that base fast enough. He may have had enough. It would have been interesting to see with just that last Archer Tower up. He did have a handful of Miners, but time is the ultimate factor that slowed him down there. Death Dealers can really take the advantage if they can get a 3-star here and put those Queen Walkers behind the wheel. Oh my goodness, let's see how they respond. If they can get this triple, Woody, this will be massive for their team. But man, that was so close. I like what he did there. Bring that Queen around and then bring the King into funnel, and he used those Miners before he sent in the Hogs. That way he didn't have to waste the Warden's ability.
The Death Dealers are shuffling their cards, hoping that they can shell out an ace of spades. Heisen is going to be their ace in the hole for the next attack, moving in against Klaus's base. Heisen from the Death Dealers just picked up a 2-star 98% against INTZ, came so close to getting that coveted triple, and if anyone's going to be backing up with a 2-3 stars in a row, it's got to be Heisen. He is coming in with the hybrid army, 5 healers for the Queen charge, but starting it off with the battle blimp, moves in hot and fast over that single target Inferno and gets the drop. Lots of damage, and that key target goes down. Big investment early on from Heisen to knock apart that left side compartment, but a surprise Tesla and some CC troops are finishing off his troops. He's managed to get the pull on the CC, but his Archer Queen hasn't engaged those enemies yet, firing first instead on that air defense bash.
That Queen is going to be able to handle the Clan Castle troops. She disperses those headhunters with 1 shot each, but that Lava Hound right there is distracted by the Wizard. Ideally, he wants to get this Lava Hound dealt with a little bit quicker, especially before the Queen gets to the Town Hall. The Lava Hound will come down now and fight off, or have to deal with the Queen rather. He does a great job using a hog to funnel out the bottom side. Super Wall Breaker comes in to open up that compartment. He's going to have free reign right at the Town Hall, and he's going to have a nice path. That one Hog Rider, look at that, Woody, sets off the tornado trap. That's massive.
Huge pickup for Heisen. He's running a little bit late on time, needs to get this engagement going in fast, locks the Town Hall and will take it down without any trouble at all. One headhunter waiting in the wings, maybe to add on to this big spread of miners and hogs over in the top left corner. Barbarian King to assist in the funneling, but that is a massive pancake smashing against the base like a spatula trying to flip over so many targets at once. Awesome Eternal Tome protects from multiple giant bomb explosions. That multi-target Inferno getting virtually no value as the heals are coming in hot and fast. Free spell as well on an X-Bow and a Grand Warden. A bit of an atypical pick there, might have missed the scatter shot, but anyways, Heisen has got his sights set on victory and is looking clear for landing. 2 free spells left and a couple of hero abilities give him a lot left to say in this raid. Single target Inferno is shut down, won't be able to finish off this Royal Champion in time, and that is it. An overwhelming showing from Death Dealers. They have caught the Royal Flush and are going to be sending the Queen Walkers back to the drawing board, Bash.
That's right, one attack from Heisen. That hybrid came in quick, fast, and in a hurry to take that base down, and they're gonna take the advantage, Banks.
Heisen coming in with a triple for Death Dealers. So far looking good, looking extremely strong in this lower bracket. They're pulling everything out of the bag. Anything that they can get their hands on to try and make sure they secure these triples and stay ahead of the monumental clan that is Queen Walkers. Queen Walkers need to step up their game if they're going to come out of this lower bracket and make it through to the playoffs tomorrow, Woody.
Well, they're the Queen Walkers. They're not the Queen Climbers. They need to have an easygoing pace striding on toward the finals. It seems that the Death Dealers are just a hurdle too much to ask for, as for the second time in a row, they are now falling behind against this upstart clan. A new team, first time in the Clash of Clans World Champion, is looking to topple this world's qualified team. The Queen Walkers are a huge name, though, and they will not go down without a big fight. They are going to continue the pressure campaign now as big zap hits right in the center of the base, striking down the enemy Archer Queen. Massive Tesla farm is going to catch the heroes up on the top side, but that might be okay for Star after all. Royal Champion and Barbarian King are going to get some early stabs in here. Wall Wrecker to support the hit on the top left, and this Lalu push is still looking good, Bash.
These heroes are going to look to get the Town Hall down. He did a great job with the 7 lightning spells to identify he could get out that Queen and set up great pathing here for the King, Queen, and that Wall Wrecker. Wall Wrecker finally breaks through that last wall and is going to be able to get right into the Town Hall. Poison down on those super minions, and a free spell now being used. The Town Hall is not activated, but we need that Queen to go inside the base here. The super minions finally go down. Wait, there's one super minion up, but the Town Hall is going to get activated from the Queen, and she will take it down and then head over to take out that super minion.
Really clever timing on the royal cloak there from the Archer Queen, dodging shots from the super minion so that she can stay locked onto the Town Hall there. Stars has claimed the first one and is going to be moving in with the Lava Hounds next. Bottom side air defense catches the eye of a Lava Hound, which is getting burnt out by a single target Inferno. The Royal Champion on defense, exclamation points above her name, ready to get the damage in there. We need a headhunter or something to snipe her down quick, because she is chasing that Lava Hound all over the map. A freeze will catch the scatter shot and that enemy Royal Champion, shutting it down. Hey, spell stacked on top, but she's still throwing that spear sky high, Bash.
These balloons are taking it all down. The Royal Champion gets dropped on, and that's a huge pack of balloons. And look at these remaining spells. Stars planned this one to perfection and put his team back in the race with the most beautiful Lalo we've seen from this Queen Walker's team yet. Check this out, Woody. So many troops remaining. The haste just to get through for cleanup. We don't have time. We got to get this base finished off. Freeze those storages, and it's a 3-star for the Queen Walkers.
Shock and awe, one of the quickest hits that we've seen so far this month. Stars from the Queen Walkers with a swag haste, a swag free spell, so much extra overwhelming firepower that they could not keep the triple off of them. Queen Walkers pull up to an Ocho 8 per star, and now 97% overall destruction against the Death Dealers. Perfect so far in this war, but their two best attackers have been spent. Indy 317 really hit a big snag last war, getting a 2-star 55%. Can he claim redemption now with this hybrid army?
Coming in with that battle blimp early, gonna go right in at that single target Inferno and try to drop out this whole compartment as he commits a rage spell as well to get down that Royal Champion. And this is gonna be a great start here for ND317, setting up nice pathing here for the Queen Walker to support this hybrid. Let's see where the Queen comes in, as we do get a Clan Castle pool, but I don't think he got the full Clan Castle pool, as we see a few archers, a few goblins, and only one headhunter. So that may be an issue a little bit later in the raid.
Multi-target Inferno well protected in the center of this space. It's got to be high on Indy 317's priority to knock down. Teslas are going to be zapping through the baby dragons on the outside, and that's going to give the Archer Queen no additional help as she makes her way down to the bottom corner to engage that Town Hall. A partial pull of the Clan Castle, a bit awkward here as Indy wastes a free spell on a Tesla that's not even zapping anything, not encountering that super minion with the force that he needs to. Instead, it's going to start locking onto healers. This could be a lot of damage early on. Loses one healer already, a second one taking damage, the third one going down. That super minion is the MVP on defense for Stadra.
That super minion just did so much. There's another super minion, Woody. That partial Clan Castle pool was devastating. He's going to have to get the hybrid going as he's a minute and a half go into this attack, and we see just that from the top side of the base. But the Queen is gonna, oh my goodness, hang on here. Just barely. I thought she was about to go down, but she stays up with that rage spell on the healer. Now we got the Hogs and the Miners going into this double scatter shot. The Warden ability protecting them all. Woody, this is going to be intense for Indy. He's got to push through this double scatter compartment.
Really quick follow-up from Indy to do his best to keep this Archer Queen alive, but only 3 healers to keep her up. Lots of damage suffered by those poor flying angels. They can't keep up against the devilish defenses set up by Stadra. So much firepower stacked right on the Queen, and finally she goes down. That big offensive boon is now lost as Indy 317's last hopes at victory are stacked all on top of this hybrid and Royal Champion. Burnt to a crisp, the single target Inferno gets the work done against one hero, locks onto a second, but fortunately for him, the Miners will finish it off. 35 seconds left for the remaining cleanup, and I think he might just have it, Bash.
This is going to be a close finish. The Expo locks onto the Warden. That's going to be massive as the Miners are going to try to finish off these defenses. We got one cannon down. We just got an Archer Tower, the cannon, and the bow to go down. Archer Tower goes down, and these Miners are coming in, and he's going to turn this into a 3-star. This looked devastating early, but Indy coming in clutch for the Death Dealers, delivering big on that hybrid strike, and they are on the board with another 3-star, 3 for 3. Perfect this far, Banks.
Redemption for Indy 317 as he comes in with his own triple for Death Dealers to have 3 triples on the board. Absolutely unreal. I cannot believe what I'm witnessing. Queen Walkers are really being tested, really being pushed to the limit to try and stay in this race, Woody.
That's right. I was afraid Bash had misread his crystal ball because that attack went down to the very last second. MVP on cleanup was certainly the Wizard who sniped an extra storage on the top layer of that base, giving the Death Dealers their third 3-star. A tic-tac-toe start as the Queen Walker's Klaus will have his work cut out for him to keep his team alive. needs to get epic defenses on the next 2 hits, but also a really big, overwhelming performance just to keep the Star game in contention. Barbarian King swinging that mighty flaming sword as his champion skin is ready for action. Wizard up top gets a little bit of coverage as well to provide some additional funneling, but keep an eye on the center as that big lightning zap will take out a crucial defense. The scatter shot has been eliminated, Bash.
Scatter shot goes down, and this King is setting up a great funnel here. We do still have a super wall breaker in hand, and it comes in right at that bottom compartment. So we'll see if this King can support and have that Queen follow up right behind him. We do have that Tesla pulling down there on the right-hand side. Here comes the Ice Golem to help that Queen push in towards and get possibly to the Town Hall, although we don't have any more wall breakers, but we do have a wall wrecker. Who needs wall breakers when you got the wall wrecker, Woody?
This base is 1-star bait. Caribou from the Death Dealers is trying his best to provide some actually really sneaky levels of protection for this Town Hall. As the CC comes out now, they are going to be firing away at the Wall Wrecker and this offensive Archer Queen, doing their best to keep this Town Hall up, but it is going to be awfully difficult. They've got a lot of defenses still left up. Multi-target Inferno is going to pull some fire, but the Archer Queen gets the lock, and with that Royal Cloak ability has knocked down the first star. Klaus's early stage hit is going well, but time is ticking. Not on his side. Here it finally goes at 138. The first balloons are deployed for the bottom section. Keep an eye on that Eagle Artillery and Archer Queen. That is going to be a big, heavy roadblock for him to hit, possibly having to drop lots of spells early on to knock her down, Bash.
That was so close and not getting the Town Hall. He did use a really early Eternal Tome here from the Warden to protect these balloons and perhaps protect that Lava Hound as it was going into a single target Inferno. Nice protection through here. We do have 3 haste spells to move these balloons. Nice Royal Champion's ability, and oh my goodness, Woody Klaus is looking like he's on a tear, and this base is gonna go down.
He's got it! Balloons get the last drops, and they will soon be able to start their work on the remaining external storages. 80% reach, and Klaus from the Queen Walkers has got a big bag of presents for his teammates once again. Plenty of time for cleanup, and their star count will continue to tick higher and higher. Last bit of troops have been dropped, and the 3-star is secured. The Queen Walkers bring it up to 11 total, short of the Death Dealer's performance, but can they keep it up, as the next 2 hits will determine who goes on to the playoffs and who is eliminated from contention in the final month of World Championship combat.
That's right, Woody. Go big or go home. It's all on the line in this elimination matchup. The Death Dealers have dealt with the pressure really nicely, but the Queen Walkers keeping themselves alive in this fight. We're going to have Caribou from Death Dealers coming in, looking to keep the momentum going. We thought pressure would get to these guys. So far, we haven't seen that, as they are 3 for 3 with the triples, and Caribou is going to come in with this hybrid army. We do have 2 super wall breakers, so look for an epic Queen charge here once we get this attack rolling.
We also saw Caribou slipping up the past couple of wars against the Queen Walkers the first time around, and INTZ not able to get that 3-star rather. But here we go with that Queen charge on the right side. He's going to get a couple of easy early hits. That enemy Archer Queen right next to a multi-target Inferno should be easy enough to go down for Caribou. Encountering some Tesla fire on defense, forces out the rage, trying to keep his Queen healthy. No! Requires that big Royal Cloak expenditure to keep her alive, Bash.
The Queen's ability forced early is going to hinder her going deeper into this base. We'll have to see if he can keep her alive. He does have 1 more rage spell on all of those healers, and here we go with a super wall breaker, but it's going to the wrong compartment. That wall breaker just did nothing to help this Queen charge, and she's now locked onto by the single target Inferno. Oh no, not what Caribou was looking for. Oh man, the devastation of that wall break. Man, that one really set this attack back.
The Archer Queen rounds about those walls and is going to get locked again by the single target Inferno. Caribou's not watching it. It might lose her. Oh my goodness, she barely survives, but Eagle Artillery is going to be the last nail in the coffin. She is sent down, down, down. Caribou back up on top with the Hog Hybrid Army is moving in straight toward that Town Hall. Gets the CC pull, and these poor healers are about to get obliterated. Archers and super minions are wailing away on them. No offensive cover for them at all, Bash.
Oh my goodness, they're getting roasted by that Super Minion. Super Minion does finally go down, but everything is held up here near that Town Hall compartment. We do have Hogs coming out of the Siege Barracks, splitting up, but everything is falling quickly as the Royal Champion is going to end up popping that Hound. Oh no, that's not what you like to see. The defending Royal Champion taking out some Hogs. Man, what a misstep here for the Death Dealers. This is going to leave the door wide open for the Queen Walkers, Woody.
Caribou is suffering hard at the hands of these splash damage structures. 2 scatter shots triangulating damage with an Eagle Artillery have just demolished his forces. At 69% and doing his best to creep up higher and higher. He knows the Queen Walkers with 3 stars and a super high percentage too are gonna be ahead on percentage overall. The Death Dealers have finally met their match against Gaku's base. The Queen Walkers get a sigh of relief now as they finally find a bit of wiggle room to stay alive.
Man, that one was devastating. This is going to put the Queen Walkers in a commanding spot, especially on the percentage advantage. Check it out right there. A huge advantage now for the Queen Walkers, Banks.
75% 2-star for the Death Dealers makes those roles reverse. Now we have Queen Walkers ahead on percentage. They are level pegging on stars, but yes, Queen Walkers, when they got that 2-star, it was a 91% from Gaku. So it's all about, can Queen Walkers close this one out? A Death Dealer's going to come back with another right hook for another triple. I don't know. Queen Walkers have just wiggled ahead there, Bash.
They did just wiggle right ahead, and they're going to look to wiggle even further with Yuta 14 coming in with some Zap Dragons. Going to use 6 lightning spells and 2 earthquakes to take down perhaps the Clan Castle, or ooh, no, wait a second. We're going to go with the 5-in-1 combo to take out the Inferno, and then we're going to weaken up that single for the Royal Champion to throw her Seeking Shield and take it down, Woody.
If Yuta 14 gets the 3-star here, he guarantees his team a spot in the playoffs. This is today's final war, the last chance to keep your team alive. Yuta 14, nothing short of a perfect hit will satisfy your fans in the chat. Let us all know who you're cheering for. Do you want to see your Queen Walkers moving on? Or are the newcomers, the Death Dealers, your favorites? Keep an eye on the Dragons top left as they encounter those headhunters, taking them out and giving even more insulation for their heroes. Goblins sneaking out of the CC as well. It's going to be an unusual pick from All Right on defense. Really creeping around the edge of the map. They won't cause any trouble at all for Dragons. Soaring sky high with lots of balloon support. But that Eagle Artillery is far away. And the Archer Queen menacing on defense. Bash, he's got his work cut out for him. If 3 stars is still going to be possible here.
He's got to get this one moving through the center of the base. We do have that King and Queen coming up from the top side. Here we go with the Rage Spell towards the Town Hall, and that's going to secure the 1st and 2nd star almost simultaneously. The King and Queen working on the top side almost on their lonesome. Usually you see those used to keep the Dragons pushing through the middle of the base, but we do see a few stray Dragons on the bottom side of this one. But here we go, Woody.
They're going in, Bash, getting to it!
They're working in there. They're getting through. Can the Dragons finish this one off? We still have the Queen's ability. We still got some spell support. This is going to be a strong finish here for Yuta 14.
The last freeze is dropped. Archer Queen on the edge still has her ability, but I think they've done it. Burninating the countryside. Yuta 14 is at the head of this coffin dance squad, ready to pack up the Death Dealers and bury them under an unimaginable conflagration. Fire spreading everywhere as the swag hero ability is finally used. The Queen Walkers have done it. The marathon run finally crossing the finish line ahead of their opponents. Revenge is a dish best served cold, and they are gobbling it down tonight, Bash.
You can take one little mistake, and the Queen Walkers capitalize on it. Unbelievable performance to come back in this war. All it takes is one slip up, and the team is experienced as the Queen Walkers are going to take advantage, send those heroes in, and finish the base off. Oh my goodness, that Queen's ability was unbelievable. The Death Dealer is going to look to hang their heads high here and finish strong as we have Khan coming in with some Flybrid, Dragon, Minions, and Bats, actually. Flybrid with Bats, Woody.
Well, hanged they sure are. Khan knows his team has no chance at moving on, and his last attack will be forfeit. It is a sad gamer moment for Khan as the final hit is meaningless for his squad in terms of advancement, but will give them one more chance to prove their strength at this final qualifier of the year. Remember, we've got $1 million prize pool at our last event, and Khan from the Death Dealers has got to have his sights on that community vote now. If we're giving out wildcard tickets, now's your time to impress, Khan. Show us what you got with the Dragon Hybrid with Super Minions.
This one actually almost looks similar to Yuta's attack. However, that King and Queen, oh my goodness, they get dropped so early. But we got the Warden's ability over the Town Hall. Town Hall is going to fall. But remember, we do have 6 bat spells in here. We're going to have those bats swoop in. And if I had to predict, I would predict maybe up near that scatter shot on the top side of the base. Maybe he was hoping the heroes would get there, but it is still up. Clan Castle troops are out, and here we go with the bats right in towards... Oh no, he missed the scatter shot. That scatter shot dealt so much damage to the bats.
Fire it away like a flak can, and the scatter shot has knocked more than a few bats down. The third freeze spell is out as Khan is hoping his bats can get on top of it quickly, but no! The bats are obliterated! Guano raining down on Yuta's base as the scatter shot has done its job. Huge splash damage firing away at the last offending troops. This is going to be a defensive pickup for Yuta 14, and once again the Queen Walkers can celebrate as they will hold on, carrying themselves high into the playoffs.
The Death Dealers started off with that quick sprint, but the Queen Walkers finish the marathon race and get the victory, Banks.
Right, you are there, Bash. Queen Walkers will be advancing to tomorrow's Championship Sunday, where they will have the chance to battle it out for that for that golden ticket, to the World Finals. Congratulations to Queen Walkers. A brilliant performance from both clans, especially at the start there. It's also worth mentioning that these are some of the highest scoring wars that we've seen so far in all of these live qualifiers. We had 3 14-star victories and 1 perfect war. Absolutely unbelievable. 14 stars on the board from Queen Walkers and a 98.2% destruction average, Bash.
Absolutely incredible performance from these teams. Check it out. The one miss for the Queen Walkers was a 91% 2-star for Gaku. This team came in so strong. The Death Dealers, no slouch themselves, starting off with 3 stars, but not able to finish strong. Man, what a war in this elimination match.
Queen Walkers definitely came in prepared, looking for their revenge against the team that knocked them into the lower brackets yesterday, and they have come out victorious. Congratulations once again to Queen Walkers, and you really can't ask for more at this stage of the competition. And we're going to get to help us educate us by breaking down one of those attacks is Judo at the Telestrator.
Thank you so much, Banks. I loved that war, but it was the Queen Walkers that will progress to face INTZ. Let's break down the attack by Stadra that kicked it all off for us. Now, I have talked about a Grand Warden walk a lot today, but I haven't really told you the benefits of that. So let's go over that. The Grand Warden is deployed at the bottom of the base. We can't quite see him, but the main benefits are that he has a greater range than the Archer Queen, i.e. he can reach further and potentially get some buildings the Archer Queen couldn't. But the main benefit is once he has set up the funnel, because of his nature, he is very easy to pull once you deploy other troops within his area. So he is setting the funnel to the 6 o'clock area. It's very nice to use the Barbarian King to set up the funnel. Over the other side, he has his ability. He can power through this high defensive area with the Teslas and the high HP storage. That leaves us a narrow path for the Yetis to move through. And I've talked about this in the previous breakdowns, but you need to have clear pathing for them to move into the base and through the base. Once you have that and you are deploying them, the battle blimp is used to the town hall, but the Coco Loons, you need to have these to set off black bombs. Now, the battle blimp is used to the town hall because it is much easier for his pathing with the single jump spell towards both scatter shots. At this point, the scatter shots in the Town Hall were the main threat, but by sending Yetis across to the Town Hall, he would have lost the DPS through the middle of the base, so that's why a Battle Blimp, in combination with the Grand Warden's ability, is probably going to be your best shot. Once the major defenses are down, once he's ensured that pathing with the single jump spell to the back area, it's really allowing the troops to continue to take down the defenses. He has protected all of the healers through the Coco Loon, or a bunch of the healers, and the Royal Champion can help to finish off. So in summary, the Grand Warden Walk can be used to set up a funnel for you. The benefits being he has greater range, and you don't need to set up a funnel for the Grand Warden because he's easy to pull to your main army. Set up the funnel on the opposite side so that the Yetis have clear pathing through the base and to the major defenses at the back. In this case, using a jump spell to get to the scatter. If the Town Hall is a little bit off-centered, consider the Battle Blimp in combination with your Grand Warden's ability. Stadra showed us perfectly. It helped the Queen Walkers move through into tomorrow. I cannot wait. But let's see what the guys in the studio have to say about it all.
Thank you so much, Judo, for breaking down that attack, and we look forward to hearing more from you and tomorrow's playoffs. A huge congratulations to our clans for making it through to tomorrow's Championship Sunday. 4 clans remain, and it's almost impossible to call who is going to come out victorious, but we're going to take a look very quickly at tomorrow's bracket. So, Woody, can you take us through who's going to be competing tomorrow?
Gladly. M.K.M.A. victorious over MCES today, take the upper bracket spot against the Queen Walkers. But on the bottom, we've got 2 previously Worlds qualified teams facing off again. INTZ versus MCES is gonna be a blowout.
And Bash, it appears we're gonna have a very special match taking place before our final tomorrow.
That's right. As the teams prepare for that final matchup, we'll have the ESL North America Mobile Open Finals. We got Tribe going up against Space Station. It's surely going to be a great match to set up for that epic final.
And before we close out today, I also have to ask both of you, who do you think is going to take this qualifier? Woody, let's start with you.
Oh man, well, I got all 4 predictions correct as to which teams we're moving on today, but it is really difficult to guess what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm going to say M.K.M.A. in the finals right next to INTZ, and INTZ will take it all.
What about you, Bash?
Well, I gotta stick with my pick. I didn't expect INTZ versus MCES. That's gonna be a crazy matchup, but I gotta stick with my pick to win this qualifier, MCES.
Oh, I love it when they pick different clans. Thank you so much for joining us today. Woody, Judo, Lady B, Bash, and Carbon Finn, thank you so much for all of your energy, and thank you so much to the production team for everything that you've created and keeping this energy running, this engine running, in fact. Tomorrow, we are gonna find out our 6th qualifying team for the World Finals, and 4 of the top clans in the world are going to be battling it out for that final golden ticket for their chance at the lion's share of $1 million prize pool at the end of the year. You know where we're going to be, right back here at 4 p.m. CET tomorrow. My name is Banks, and I'll see you then.